And hello everyone, welcome back to Malice Reacts. And tonight we finished catching up with last week's videos. This is apparently, from what I'm seeing, the first of two episodes for Superstition Mountains, which the Paranormal Files group are going to investigate. I'm not sure what part 2 is going to entail, but that's about to premiere tonight, so we'll be reviewing that tomorrow. Right now we're going to do this one, and then after I'm done with this, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back to you right away tonight and react to Twin Paranormal's video from a couple days ago. Or actually, I think it'll be yesterday. Yeah, it'll be just yesterday. But by the time you see it, it'll be a couple days ago. So stay tuned for that. So without further ado, last week's episode for this week. Superstition Mountains, the scariest place in America. Horrifying paranormal activity caught on camera. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. So let's give it a roll. Let's see what they found. And of course, I'll be fast-forwarding whenever it's either seems like it's going to hit spoilerific, or if it's also, at least for the opening, or also if it's just a bunch of music playing and nothing happening. So let's go.
I'll tell you as a professional guide. This
also,
is
when we're done with this one, I plan to take that break and get a bit of caffeine in my system.
Are among an estimated 100 people who lost their lives in the Superstition
and
Mountains
we have snacks ready.
1800s.
This hiker from Gilbert never made it out of the Superstition Mountains.
The search continues for 3 men lost in the Superstition Mountains, found dead in the Superstition Mountains.
This episode has been over 5 years in the making, so this is a truly historic moment. We're returning to the scene of our most popular video and actually ghost hunting this time.
Those who saw the last video 4 or 5 years ago, my name's Corey Daniel, professional guide out here in Arizona.
He just let us know he's hanging out.
Last time we talked about the superstitions, there was a lot we didn't talk about.
With all the death that's been going on here, it just permeates sometimes. You can feel the energy in the air. UFO sightings, reptilians, the little people, they have a lot to do with the deaths that happen in this mountain.
This is a 2-part investigation.
Here 400 years.
It is going to be 2-part, okay.
He waits.
Are you guys out here? Oh, Jesus.
Sounded like footsteps.
That one's over there. Right here. Right when you said there was a warning.
They're like right out there.
They're getting close. They are. We need to go.
So right now it's 9 o'clock, and for the very first time ever, we're heading towards the interior of the Superstition Mountains. Right there is actually the ridge of the mountain. It's kind of crazy.
Searching for skinwalkers or little people, giants. It's so creepy.
I don't think it's a great idea, to be honest with you.
God, please be with us right now as we walk through the darkness of the Superstition Mountains. How weird are these buildings, dude? What the was that? Right in there. That was so loud, dude.
Ooh,
it's a...
Don't want to get into too much. They're seeing something, though. That's interesting. They got the heat, they got the thermal out.
3 men lost in the Superstition Mountains. They were reportedly looking for the lost Dutchman mine with hopes of striking it rich, but now experts say they'll be lucky to get out alive.
But if they don't make it out alive, they won't be the first.
At the Superstition Mountain Museum,
A fellow by the name of Charles.
they have all the books, maps, and possible pictures of the Dutchman and his lost mine, hoping to strike.
And one of the most dangerous.
The latest victim, just 25-year-old man. He's from Mesa. He was hiking here at the Peralta Trail in the Superstition Mountains.
In the Superstition Mountains.
Yeah, the deadly crash of the medical chopper last night raising serious questions about what took down that aircraft.
So many lives forever impacted by this deadly and mysterious crash, and now the desperate search for answers begins.
Today, search teams found the body of 56-year-old Kenny Clark of Gilbert. He disappeared nearly a week ago while hiking in the Superstition Mountains.
We begin with a deadly plane crash, and crews working right now to recover 5 bodies, including 2 more children. This, the video from just moments after the impact last night.
The 4 members of the Perry family are among an estimated 100 people who've lost their lives in the Superstition Mountains since the early 1800s.
The body was found in bonfire ashes in a remote desert northeast of Apache Junction, and now homicide detectives are investigating.
Superstition Mountains, the most haunted place in all of America.
Interesting stuff. A lot of stuff going on in there, for sure. And if that negativity just keeps happening and boiling up on top of each other, then yeah, that's going to leave a mark no matter what.
The Superstition Mountains are the most notorious mountain range in what I would argue is the entire world. The stories of this place are absolutely wild. Murders, decapitations, little people, giants. I mean, every single scary thing ever has happened in the mountains behind me. And tonight, we're going into them.
Tonight we're gonna walk right into it. You're wild, man. Go for it.
Moment, we're returning to the scene of our most popular video ever, and actually ghost hunting this time. So this is not an episode you're gonna want to miss. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Colin Brown, and welcome to the Paranormal Files. All right, everybody. Tonight, for our 1 million subscriber special.
Heck yeah.
This is our first investigation of this series. We are doing 2 nights in the Superstition Mountains.
2 nights up there, oh Lord. That's why it's a double feature. Night 2 is probably the next one.
If you guys don't know, our biggest video of all time actually was an interview about this place, but we never spent the night ghost hunting. That was Jeff and I back in 2019 filmed that interview, which seems like forever ago.
Youngin'. That's when
yeah, you But
ages and ages.
Tonight we have a very special location here in the Superstitions where we're going to be filming.
And we are pulling up right now.
We're actually pulling up. As you can see right there, there's the Superstition Mountains. This is the Superstition Mountains Museum. So as you can see, it's right here nestled in the shadow of the mountains.
Look at the Roadrunner. Where's Wile E. Coyote?
Is everybody excited?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's for coyotes. You're gonna get coyotes out here, boy. Watch yourself now.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Well, guys, we're here right now. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to ghost hunt here since we never actually did back in the day, which is crazy.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, based on the stories of this whole area, I mean, how can you not be a little nervous?
It's a crazy story at this place.
I'm nervous just being in the car with Jeff. Jesus
Honestly,
Christ.
That's the real horror story.
All right, guys.
With Pepe Le Pew in the back.
All right, everybody. We're going to go on in. Let's do this thing. All right, guys. We're ghost hunting at one of the most haunted places in Texas right now. Is there somebody here with us?
Is this an ad?
Do you smell that phantom smell?
Yep.
It smells really good. It smells really good. You find the right scent for you. Wait,
That doesn't smell like scentbird.
that's not perfume. That's sulfur. You know what that means.
A demon.
If you're interested in trying Scentbird, use my code PARANORMAL. Scan
that-
the QR
that
code on the
Dosh?
screen or use the link below to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird. You can get the product for half of the price. That's just $8.
Did I just
That's
hear
a
a
steal.
purposely
And now
changed
let's
voice
get back to today's video.
recording?
Well, hello, my name is Stephen Campbell. I'm with the Superstition Mountain Museum, Lost Dutchman Museum here in Apache Junction, Arizona. And we're on the back end of the property here, facing the Superstition Mountains, which is ground zero for a lot of the paranormal activity that's been taking place here for literally thousands of years. This property in general has its own problems here. I mean, this place has been haunted since the late 1800s. During the Apache Wars, there were a lot of people killed on this property. We have people that were murdered here, actually buried on this property now. This place has been a hotbed for paranormal. We host groups in here all the time. Many of them come here to exchange, try to communicate with the children that are on this property from a plane crash. There are cowboys that died here. The ranching family that used to own this property had 8 members of their family murdered here by Apaches and cattle rustlers. Their bodies are also buried on this property. Many of them here have a lot to say. They reach out to you in many ways, trying to communicate with you. Myself, I've been frightened to no end. When I first started here, I started having encounters with things I couldn't explain. I had a hard time explaining to my bosses, my employers, what I was experiencing on this property. For the most part, they reach out, they want to communicate with us. There's nothing malevolent here. This place has been a place where people have been coming for thousands of years. Aztecs were here mining, doing ritual sacrifices in this mountain, doing a lot of bizarre stuff. You know, when you talk about the Apache Wars and all the murder here at the massacre grounds, all this around here.
That's close enough that the Aztecs
with all
came
the
up
death
that
that's
far.
been going
Holy
on
cow.
here for literally hundreds of years, it just permeates sometimes.
When you
where
think
it's
Aztecs,
just,
you think
can
they mostly
feel
kept to the
energy
south.
in the air.
I
And the
suppose.
spirits are out here always reaching out, trying to communicate with the people on this property. You know, the stories are not just related to the paranormal. I mean, the UFO sightings in here are off the chart. I mean, there's stories that go back here that frighten some of the most hardened prospectors. The stories of reptilians, the little people that dwell in here, these little trolls. There's supernatural, these elementals that live in this mountain that are as old as time itself.
For those who may be new to the channel, I happen to tend to believe very heavily in elementals. I believe that's what I saw. Long story short. It looked at us, we looked at it, and the last time I saw it, it poked its head out and flashed green in its eyes to let it know it was watching us before it took off. But anyways.
I guess the Apaches, the Pima, called them the Black Hand or the Black Legion. It's a race of these supernatural beings that stand between 8 and 9 feet tall.
Dang.
They believe that they have a lot to do with a lot of the deaths that happen in this mountain. Most of the people that die here were looking for gold, and I think they know that. And how sacred the gold was, it usually cost people their lives in the end.
True.
Some of the deaths here are so
More than
bizarre.
one reason for it, too.
The way people have been found, decapitated. There's a lot of decapitated bodies have been found in here. Bodies ripped apart, like if some supernatural being had just ripped their bodies open. 4 Mormon boys went in here looking for gold some years ago, about 10 years ago, and they were found dead, all of them, and their bodies were so badly mangled. One had holes in the back of his head that couldn't be explained by the coroner. The other one's bodies were completely, the rib cages were bursted open. And when they noticed the lanterns were left on, they know what happened to them happened at night, and it happened very sudden.
Very
So
sudden.
the paranormal
Holy
out
cow,
here
to get
can
all
be
10 of
very
them?
bad. Most people will tell you that have been in the interior, there are places in here you do not want to go. The overwhelming sense of dread will kick in, and fear to no end. You feel you need to get out of there. I mean, the spirits there can be very vengeful, and they do not like people in there, especially ones that are looking for gold. They seem to be public enemy number 1 to these spirits. It's a very sacred thing. The Apaches used to kill people for that because it belonged to their god. And for settlers to go in there and prospectors, it was enough to kill. And the elementals that they believe in here, the Apaches call them guardians of this mountain.
And kind of like that,
this is something that really bothers a lot of people, because you can go in there and have no issues at all, and then come out of there and go in there again and have the hell scared out of you. It's a very dark place. I always tell people, you're not safe even with a gun. You should not go in there. It can be a very dangerous place to go. The spirits attack at will. They do not like people in there. They have a problem with women at times, especially women with baseball caps. Women have had their caps knocked off their head. They find it very disrespectful. I mean, people go in there and get attacked for various reasons. You know, the stories here are very bizarre. You know, we've had 4 miners across the street from here were killed for just a few ounces of gold. They went into Goldfield bragging they hit it rich. When they didn't, they were just drunk and exaggerating. Some outlaws overheard them, followed them back to their campsite, murdered all 4 of them for that little bit of gold they found. So death was something that happened out here a lot. This was a tough place to live. You had people dying from the heat. You had people dying from the Apaches, cattle rustlers, claim jumpers. And when you got all that death piling up here over a period of time, it starts to really spread out. Even people down in these homes have experiences, because some of the entities that they're experiencing have been dead for hundreds of years, probably even longer. So this is a place that you got to show a lot of respect to. The spirits here will communicate with you.
You don't mess with it. Yeah.
Try not to use any to provoke them. Bad things can happen to you, but most of them will reach out and communicate with you. Once again, this place has a lot of stories that go back thousands of years. The stories of reptilians, the stories of giants that roamed in here. Many people believe that the spirits of the giants are causing the problem with people as well. There's been evidence of that at various sites where they have found giant remains. The spirits of these things, they said they can literally kill you. The stories that go back, like I said, thousands of years. The stories of reptilians, the stories of little people. The Apaches said they lived in and around their encampments, and they revered them as fierce warriors, but they too feared them because they are known to be cannibals when they're captors. And one of the stories that really kind of catch your attention is the story of the Navajo and the Apaches. Though this is not the Navajo's backyard, they have an oral story that is connected to this mountain and dealing with the Apaches. They said these things joined the Apaches in battle, and one of the Navajo braves fell from his horse, and before he had a chance to get up, according to the Apaches, these little trolls, these little people swarmed on him and just started tearing the flesh off its body, almost scaring the Navajo into retreat. These things were so frightening. And, you know, with all this stuff going on, and you had an ancient people called the Pima, who endured the Great Flood, even battling giants in here. They were so fed up, even after surviving the flood, with all the stories of reptilian, the portals that started opening up and out here, which is another fascinating story. The portals are bizarre. There's stories that seen Geronimo walk through a rock only to reappear through that rock 15 minutes later. So when you hear stories like that, these are just adding layers and layers of stuff related to the paranormal out here. The ones that I really thought are the stories of the little people. The little people here are still in this mountain today. You have someone from the Bureau of Land Management 4 years ago was on horseback in here and came in contact with one. He thought it was a little child, a little naked child. And he was angry. He goes, what parent in their right mind would take a kid in here and then let him run around naked? So he gets off his horse and he's yelling down to this kid, hey, kid. And as he's working his way down this ridge, his horse starts acting funny. So he's trying to tend to his horse, who's never acted this way before. And as he gets down, this little kid turns around and runs. So he loses sight, spends 20 minutes calling for him, can't find him. So when he starts going back to his horse, he hears a noise. He turns around, he sees this thing again. That's when he realized this is no little child. In fact, at this point in time, he's even drawing his gun because what he sees is not a child. Had a wrinkled face, jagged teeth, and was holding a stick, he said, almost like a spear. And he said at this point in time, he was just trying to get back to his horse, which is that's why he understood why his horse was acting so funny. This thing came in contact with him, and all he wanted to do was get back on his horse and then get back out of this mountain.
Right.
He gets into up in the globe. He's talking to his superiors, which they share an office with the native, the rest police. They overheard that conversation and came over and asked that officer, did you have contact with this thing? He goes, don't. This thing will kill you. These things have superhuman strength. They can even get in your head. And he goes, so you're telling me I saw a little person? He goes, yes. He goes, our little people, we have been told since we were children not to mess with these things, that they've been known to abduct children. So these stories, I mean, they're really kind of frightening. And the stories of the reptilian, there's a girl in here that was actually almost was abducted by one of these things. If it wasn't for her screams and people hearing her distress, they came out just in time to see this thing leave in a cave and scale over it. They go in there and they find this girl. She has bruising all over her chest that took months to heal. This thing was getting ready to pounce. She thought this thing was trying to mate with her, if you can believe this, and it took off and left. The stories of the reptilians in the portals in here were enough to scare people that survived even the epic flood out of this mountain. The Pima to this day vow never to return to this cursed mountain because of all the bad things that go on in here. I mean, so this place is a place where you show a lot of respect to, and you gentlemen are going to be here tonight. You guys should have some good interactions with some of the spirits in here. They're all over the property, and most of them will come up and talk to you. The portals are really bizarre, because not only that, there's a guy named Jack Sanfelice. He's a very noted historian. He's a well-known treasure hunter. He has spent months and years researching, doing a lot of stuff in here. He has a brother that used to do search and rescue in here. And some of the bodies that they retrieved out of here were so bizarre, the government had to come in and take over these investigations, because the bodies that they were finding were not from this period at all. They looked like they were from the 14th century in Europe, based on their clothes, the way they were dressed, but it looked like they were just here yesterday. They even had like barter tokens, things on them, and they believe that they walked through portals back through in the 1400s and appeared out here. They don't know if they died coming through or died because of the elements, but these bodies have been found on numerous occasions, places where they've known to be vortexes. People have walked into our plane. The Pima believe that's where the reptilians came from. That is why they left this mountain, because of these portals. They've even had their own riders disappear like a puff of smoke in front of them. They would hear their voices for periods of time, but then they vanished. Their voices would vanish. This happened so many times. Like I said, the Pima were a very proud people here. They lived in this mountain before and after the great epic biblical flood. Even encountered giants in here. But the portals and these reptilians and being attacked by these little people were pretty much a final straw for them. They had to get out of here. Now they reside along the Salt River, where they live today, and they're very adamant about never coming here. I've never met a Pima where it said they would love to go in this mountain. It's really deep in their oral history.
Yeah, it's probably so deep in their history. They're just like, oh, hell no. Don't even want to walk that direction. A lot of bad things happen to bad people. A lot of things happen to good people in here. Everything else about this, there's a lot of UFO activity in here. The UFO goes back for literally thousands of years. We've had people from MUFON, various other groups come up here pointing their cameras into the interior and straight up, and this place comes alive at night. There's a lot of activity here. The way this mountain is made up, this is what's left of a volcano. There's so much quartz and granite in here that they said charges this mountain. People feel a connection. They always want to come back to this mountain. Once you go in there, it is like an addiction. You don't even understand why. I just got to come back. They can't even explain why they need to come back to this mountain, but they're constantly drawn here. It's a very mysterious mountain. Once again, the history goes back. There have been probably literally thousands of people lost their lives in the interior, and even around here over the last 400 to 500 years. So the death tolls up here are hard. We've tried to check with the Hall of Vital Records. All they give us is everything that they've, from the earliest recorded crash from one of Roosevelt's motorcades during the commencement of the Roosevelt Dam, died. He left ahead of Roosevelt at Tortilla Flats, only to go off up there by Apache Lake and died. So we actually try to research all the history of death, but 1800s there was no records. In fact, many people went in there that they didn't even know were in there. They constantly find remains of bodies in the interior all the time. Many of them, just their heads. So like I said, the beheadings are another thing that's really puzzled people. Who's doing it? And we know it's been going on for hundreds of years. I don't go in that interior anymore. Hill, they think that they're drawn here. So we could have spirits throughout this area. They're pulled to this area. So it can be very fluid here.
So can you talk a little bit more about the decapitations?
Decapitations,
that's super interesting to me.
The very first recorded decapitation was by a man named Adolf Ruth. He was very close to Jacob Waltz, the Lost Dutchman, and he had gotten some paperwork from him, and it believed was a location to where this infamous gold mine was at. And Adolf Ruth went to the Buckley family, which owned the Quarter Circle Ranch up here outside of Gold Canyon. And he made arrangements to have their ranchers pack him into the interior. And he had after about a week, they were supposed to come pick him back on this location. It's when they get there, they come back, they can't find his body. He's gone. About a year later, some other prospector hiking up there finds a human skull and some clothing. belonging to this gentleman named Adolph Ruth. His head, just his head was remaining and some clothes, and he had a bullet hole in the side of his head. There was a lot of speculation that someone from the Buckley family, one of those ranchers that took him in here, ranch hands, came back and killed him and took his map or tried to find out the location. But the fact that that was just the beginning of many, many headless bodies that were found in here. The last one was not even a year ago. A pair of hikers. Now they believe the person had been decapitated for at least 5 to 10 years based on the skull and some of the remains they found. But the decapitation started going back towards in the early 1800s. They started finding decapitated bodies, and these were not common killings that Apaches would do. If you understand the Apaches at all, a simple decapitation was not something. They were into brutality, and decapitations were not part of their MO, so it was really kind of bizarre who was doing this. There were some group of these Apaches that were caught during the 1950s that were doing some of these killings, but that all stopped once they were captured. Yeah, but the decapitations, they could probably, I think they said somewhere in the neighborhood of about 60 to 70 bodies, remains of found people that were decapitated in the inside of this mountain.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It still goes on. The fact that they found that one last year, but they believe he was in the ground for at least this happened at least 5 years prior before they found his remains. You got to understand, it's literally thousands of square miles in the interior. This is just the face of the mountain. As you go into the interior, there are deep canyons. There's Indian dwellings from the Hohokam, even the ancient Pima. You can climb up into these. And they're very disturbing because there's no wind drafts in some of these canyons. So when you walk in there, it looks like they had just got up yesterday and left. But the fact that they've been abandoned, these dwellings, for some of them for over 1,000 years, it looked like they could have been in there yesterday cooking. They're matatis, there's pottery still up in a lot of these things. Dang. They're kind of frightening. And those are also supposed to be very haunted. I've only climbed up into two of them, but never spent enough time in there because you get a sense of unease, like you shouldn't be there, and that can be overwhelming in some places. But this place, it does have a dark history. The fact that the Aztecs were coming here doing ritual sacrifices for about 100 years, they were coming here mining, doing ritual sacrifices, and taking trips in what they called this underground city. The Pimas, the Apache, the Hohokam knew about these 3 entrances. And they went down about a mile underground in what was described by a gentleman named David Childress. He's a famous geologist. He's been on Ancient Aliens, some other shows. He went down there with a group of people from ASU, and what he described down there, a mile underground, what looked like crumbled structures, and 3 massive tunnels leading off in different directions. They brought a sonar down there, and they pointed the sonar down one of the big tunnels. They said big enough to drive a semi through. And keep in mind, this is a mile underground. This thing ran for almost 46 minutes before it pinged. And they were so alarmed when they went to look at their desk on their computer there. This thing measured over 2,000 miles. In fact, all the way to Ohio, this tunnel ran completely underground. So when they turned in all their research, about 4 months later, the government comes in there and shuts the whole program down. We even saw the Chinook helicopters flying in with these wrought iron bars. We had no idea what they were doing with them until a few months later, they went up there and closed it up.
Yep.
So, the history here is a bizarre. There's so much weird stuff in here. There's been stories of UFOs crashing in here. Government retrieval programs in here that were taking place for months, and they're getting anything and everything out of the ground. And then when you're dealing with that and all the paranormal activity in here, it can be quite nerve-wracking for anybody. I don't care, a seasoned veteran or not, this place really bugs the crap out of people. And I can understand that being there myself. So there's a lot here. I'm trying to go from one thing to another stuff here, but the history is just so wild here. I used to hear the stories of Jacob Waltz, the Lost Dutchman, all the mining stories until it was coming out my ears. I got tired of it. It wasn't until I actually started talking to the Apaches. They're here all the time. We work with them. They're very open with me. I have a good relationship with the Duncan family. And some of the stories they told me about the reptilians, the little people, the Black Legion. I mean, there's all these bizarre paranormal things that were going on
around there.
Thunder
All
God,
of it.
you know, this place has so much relevance, not just to the Apaches and Pima, but Native Americans around the country. This is a very potent mountain. They all believe their thunder god comes from here. And Inky can be heard playing his flute. You know, I mean, there's this little guy that plays the flute. I think he's Aztec. But it's a bizarre mountain. It is frightening. If you're here for the paranormal, you'll get your hands full with that. If you're here to see the UFOs,
stuff, this entire area, I guarantee
there's
it.
something here for everybody. Unfortunately, these things don't want us here, so just use a lot of caution if you ever decide to go in the interior. Never go alone. Never go alone. It is not a place where you'd even feel comfortable with 2 and 3 people sleeping with a gun in your hand. So it's just it's a crazy mountain. So there's a lot goes on here. I hope you guys pick up a lot of stuff here tonight and time you spend here. Is anything else you want to know we can talk about?
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, why do you think in so many, across alien species, different Native American tribes, it goes back forever, ancient civilizations. Right. Why do you think it's here?
I think they picked this area, this region of the United States, I think because of the landmark. It can be identified from space. When you look at the Hopi, they were led to 3 different mesas on 3 different nights. This thing, in the daytime, they allowed the Hopi to sleep. At night, they would see this craft rise, and then it would settle on a mesa. And then they would come there, and they would populate it. And then this thing kept going, and it comes down here teaching them all kinds of stuff. You know, corn wasn't something that was native to this country. According to the Hopi, they come bearing these kachinas, these sky children or sky people brought bags of corn. Each kachina taught them disciplines, how to grow the corn, when to grow it, when you can't grow it in that spot anymore, because corn sucks up all the nutrients in the ground, so you can't grow it. Corn is one of the few things in this world that needs human intervention to make it, to thrive. It needs human help. And a lot of people say that corn is something that should not be on this earth. When you think about it, they brought it to them. When you hear about Aztec and Inca culture, it's the same. Quetzalcoatl, he brings bags of corn, teaching these people, the Aztecs and the Inca, everybody, how to grow corn there. So this is something that's been going on. These people came here, and they were helping us and are, I think, evolving, because they were teaching them how to survive. They taught them so much. And I think there's like 260 kachinas. Each one of them came around teaching these people different disciplines, different things, and how to live, even how to fight. So yeah, I think that they picked this area because Arizona has been a place that has been a major hotspot for the paranormal for God forever. You hear about the Bradshaws. You got up there around Cochise Stronghold. UFO activity been going on there forever. Globe, Miami, this mountain here has been a crazy hotspot. You got miners. Even Jacob Waltz said there was many times that he would sleep with one eye open in his rifle, and he said he got to the point where he wasn't so fearful of the Apaches. It was the shadow. He always talked about these shadows he used to see following him around at night. He said that they were never in one place at the same time. They were constantly moving around, constantly getting closer to his camp. He said he fired shots at them, and they would disappear, then reappear again. So it's said this mountain has even affected some of the even hardest miners in here back in the early to mid 1800s. The Aztecs, when they would come up here, cutting the hearts out of their dead, they would right up there on that hill, right, that mountain there. You see that navel? That is where they did most of their sacrifices up there. They even found parts of vessels where they would capture the blood after they would bleed them and would drink their blood to inherit their soul. So when you got a lot of that crazy stuff going on there, even back then, and what the Apaches were doing, what the Pimas endured up there, with the vortexes alone, those were frightening, because they said, like I said, the Pima believed that's where the reptilians came through. And today they live underground. and they come up a lot. Now, there's been stories of underground alien bases in here. So, like I said, this mountain here it's a crazy place. There's
a strange,
you know, we had a New York reporter come out here to do a story on the Wild West,
out of nowhere that
cowboys
just
and
seems
Indian
to grab
shoot-ups.
everybody and everything.
And he met with some ranchers, and he was going to do an interview with them about those stories. But while he was waiting to talk to the rancher, he started talking to some of the locals out here. And what they're telling him was really frightening, because they're talking to him about little people, these man-eating little trolls, reptilians, and these flying things that people describe what they think are Mothman-like creatures, glowing red eyes, flying around in here. So he's hearing all that, and then he meets with Mr. The owner of the Quarter Circle Ranch. And he goes, okay, I'm ready to do this interview. He goes, well, before you do that, let me ask you some other questions. I met with a lot of people that live around here, and they were telling me some very bizarre stories about their encounters in here. Little people, these upright standing lizard people and stuff. And he goes, you know what, this mountain has a lot of superstitions to it. That name, Superstition, stuck with that New York reporter. So when he goes back to New York, instead of a lot of strange going, he wrote down a lot of strange going on in the Superstition Mountains, forever changing the name of this mountain. It used to be called, by the Native Americans called it Crooked Top Mountain or Thunder Mountain. It was either they had a name, but that name Superstition's really sunk in with everybody. So to this day, since I'd say the early 1900s, it's been called the Superstition Mountains. But its true name is Thunder Mountain.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Thunder
Top
Mountain.
Mountain, according to the Pima. That's what they called it. So yeah, the history's crazy out here. There's stories of UFOs flying out of the mountain. There's videos of them flying in. We even captured some. We're actually going at high rates of speed. They would have disintegrated, but they end up going into the mountains only to come out minutes later. So you got the UFO activity here. You got a whole lot of paranormal stuff going on out here. I mean, I can go on and on here, but I want to make sure that we're going on to anything you guys else want to talk about.
Yeah, there's plenty more.
Okay.
Can you talk about the Lost Dutchman mine?
The Lost Dutchman mine by Jacob Waltz, Mine This Mine. Unfortunately, it wasn't actually originally his mine. It used to belong to a group of these family from Mexico called the Peraltas. He came walking through here one day and he found these guys mining, and he saw they were onto a pretty substantial mine. And so he comes and he offers his services for a piece of their of that claim. Say, hey, look, I'm good with the rifle. I can shoot the Apaches when they're coming in at you while you're mining. I can help with the number thing, even help mining. So the Peraltas go, all right, good deal. We'll give you a percentage so you help us mine. And while he's in there mining, they end up cutting into a cavern while they're mining that opened up into this massive area of gold, just flowing with gold. And that's where gold fever came in for Jacob Waltz. He sees all this gold. Now, what turned to be a nice man, now he's got blood on his hands. He turns around and kills all four of these Peraltas, these Spanish guys, kills them all, takes over his mine. A year later, some of these Peralta family members from Mexico came out here to check on their loved ones that never made it back. He ends up killing them to hold on to the mine. And then he opens up a cavern that is what most people claim is probably the richest gold mine ever found in America. And he gathered, and here's the deal, he had the Apaches had a bounty on him. For one, he's taken gold out of this mountain, which is sacred. So the Apaches wanted him dead more than anything. So he would sneak in there at night or whenever. He would load up crates, pack them onto his mule, and get out and head on back into Phoenix, where he would live on this large portions of gold until he needed to go back in there for more. Unfortunately for him, while he was coming out of his claim, he's crossing in a wash, and a flash flood came in. So he had to climb up into a tree. His pack mules get washed out. He's climbed up in a tree. He's up there for about a week before the waters come down. Some prospectors seen him up in a tree clinging to life. They get him down, put him on a wagon, get him back into Phoenix. It's where there he meets this guy named Browning and gives out what they said was his deathbed confession. He admitted to what he did, how he got that mine, and even talked about killing a nephew of his that he had come in from Germany to help him. He was writing back to his family all the time, so I'm sitting on probably the biggest mine in the world. I can't trust no one in Goldfield. They're disgusting. They're bad people. Can't trust anyone in Phoenix. So his brother goes, well, you can trust family. I'll send you my son. Jacob Walt writes back, that'd be great. I can trust family. Family I can trust. About a year and a half later, his nephew shows up to help him. But then that gold fever starts getting in Jacob Walt's head again. Now he's thinking his own nephew's out to rob him. So while his nephew is pushing an ore cart out, he shoots him in the back, kills his nephew, drags his body off away from the mine, and then buries him. He does tell an Arizona Ranger what he did. And Arizona Ranger went back and found his body to confirm that he did. And he dies of pneumonia and stuff. So his mine, he took his secrets to his grave. He did say you can see Weaver's Needle from his mine, but you can't see the mine from Weaver's Needle. So prospect treasure hunters for years have been going in there, and they said when it casts a shadow, people have been going in there for decades trying to follow every clue from the Peralta stones we got in the interior, trying to locate it at no avail. The thing about Jacob Waltz's gold, it was one of the richest kinds of gold ever found anywhere on the world. It's only been found in small deposits when they do find it. And the people that want this gold the most are people from NASA and tech companies, because that gold, they use it for their space components and stuff, and it's such a rare type of gold. Whatever the price of about 18 karat gold is, this stuff is almost like tenfold. So yeah, there's a lot of people want to find that gold, and they know it's out there. There was an earthquake during the late 1800s they think caused the collapse. That's why people are having a hard time finding it. There were several mines there that collapsed during this pretty strong earthquake. It was almost like 7-8 point magnitude. So there were a lot of mines that people are just now discovering, unearthing, and pulling gold out now that have been buried for 100, 200 years. His mine, unfortunately, is believed to be one, and there's a family that live up the road that are miners. They have a mining claim. They found a mine up there around Iron Mountain, way on the back end. They believe is Jacob Waltz's mine. They can see where there was a mine that collapsed because some of the ore samples match up with the gold that Jacob Waltz had that they found there. So they believe that is it. But at this point in time, the Bureau of Land Management, the federal government, says hands off. Bad enough, now more people know where it's at. They said when people go there, they notice rocks are being pulled, being moved. Someone's trying to get in there. So people are still looking for it. They know that whoever finds it's going to be probably a very, very, very wealthy person or a dead person. I mean, because it's dangerous. There was rumors that mine kept collapsing. Jacob Waltz and some guy named Otto used to have to go in there and try to repair it. Because this guy Otto, he filed a claim on that mine after Jacob Waltz died. They're both German descent. They were good friends. They both just happened to live in Phoenix in the same boarding home with Julia Thomas. And he files a claim there. He brings a friend in to go work it, try to unearth it. They get in so many feet and it collapsed, killed the guy that he hired. So he walked away from it. And it was forgotten to time until about 4 years ago, and the Feldman family found, they believe it's it. But it's really kind of hard to investigate it when the government's saying no. The good thing for them or anyone else that wants to investigate it, the mountain here is vast as it is, thousands of square miles. It's hardly ever patrolled. So people still go in there, do illegal mining. There's people going in there getting killed. You can do anything in there and nobody would know. I mean, that's what's the frightening thing in there. There's no cell phone coverage in there for the thousands of square miles. You get in there, you get hurt. You get bit by a Mojave, you're dead. You're not getting out of there. Like I said, it can be a very dangerous place, even to climb these mountains because it's volcanic soil. You could be climbing and the ground give way on you and stuff. So it's got a lot of challenges to it. Like I said, I go in there prospecting. I found little pieces of gold. I'm usually happy either way, but I go in there for gold. But you know what's funny? There's a place when you go in there, the Weaver's Needle, and then you proceed north towards Boulder Canyon, which in my opinion, the most haunted spot in that entire mountain. You'll hit certain pocket areas where you just freeze. It's almost a point where you can't even move. Your legs feel like they're fastened to the ground. And then fear, you just have nothing but fear. I'm sitting here trying to walk back and not even knowing why I'm scared. Everyone in there don't want to even walk forward. There's some really negative spots in there, and that thing really creeps me out, and I try to avoid those going in there now. I heard there's several more spots like that in there that you just get an over sense of negativity and something doesn't want you there. And there's a place, it's one of the only mountain peaks that doesn't have a name to it. If you look at the map makeup of this mountain range, there's one that they just call the Devil's Playground. And the reason why, because there's a 15-ton stone that's balancing on a rock no bigger than the size of my hand. According to the Apaches, it was levitated and put there. There's something there in that area. The Apaches didn't fear anything. They were bloodthirsty people of their time. And they'll even tell you that they didn't fear nothing. They were warring people. They would not go up there. They described seeing rocks levitate, and when people got too deep in there, those rocks could even crush down on you. There's been rumors that people have seen charred bones with boulders around them, like somebody actually had a rock levitate. That is at the master, and that's up there right below the hieroglyphics trail. If anyone's been there, there are literally hundreds of petroglyphs or hieroglyphs of everything from from portals to even carvings and paintings of UFOs in there. It's a very sacred, very charged area. Everyone that hikes up there said they feel so negative they don't even go any further. Very few people go up there. Very few people go up there. That's why there's very few pictures of the balancing rock. There have been people up there take pictures, but they said when they get up there, they take it from a distance only because of the feeling that comes over their body when they go in there. And people have described saying they look like rocks are starting to, the closer they get in there, rocks start bouncing around. So people try to stay away from that, because when you hear stories of rocks crashing down on you, that's enough to scare anyone, especially, once again, you're so deep in the interior, there no one can come help you. It's a frightening place. We have a family, they come here once in a while, they volunteered here, but they travel a lot. Their home is really on one of the back further houses there that face right towards the massacre grounds. They move in, they even had some of the neighbors come welcome and everything. And so the wife was in there washing dishes, has her window open, she can see the massacre ground. She said it's beautiful, she's doing her dishes, and then something immediately catches her attention. She sees a man, but nothing from here down. And she's freaking out, she's calling her husband. Get in here, you gotta see this. So he comes in the kitchen, and they both see it, and they're freaking out. So they go to their next door neighbors that actually welcomed them to the neighborhood. They called them over there, and when they pointed it out, they turn around there, and she reaches her hand and goes, "Welcome to the neighborhood." She goes, "What are you talking about? You've seen this too?" She goes, oh God, come here. Takes them into her house. She's got aluminum foil over her kitchen window. She said she got so tired of seeing it that they actually put foil up. They said it's like a repeat. Some people say it's almost like a residual, but some people go, no, because there's other stuff going up there, but you do see it. One carrying a lantern. That's the one she sees a lot, but she says that from the torso down, there's nothing. That's where women have been assaulted wearing baseball caps. So whenever I took people up there, I seen girls wearing baseball caps, I wouldn't tell them. I just let them go up there and have an experience on their own. We had a Shan named Michelle Garrow. She got so frightened up there, she didn't want to. She was so gung-ho, oh, I'm all into this, until she gets up there, and then she's wanting out of there. And it's so dark, we were afraid that she was going to run off into the interior. We'd never see her again. Just had to walk her down. So, I mean, the place, it is wild. And like I said, there's some places that even frighten me. The massacre grounds, I go up there. Once I get hit with my first rock is usually when I'm out of here. I mean, because you will have rocks thrown at you. And some of them are various size. So I think the bigger the rock means get the hell out of here. I've had rocks hit me in the chest, in the back, and stuff. They're trying to get you to leave. We've had them tell us to leave in English and in Spanish. We think we were getting we captured what sound like Native Americans. It was just the way they were speaking. It could have been either the Pima or Apache. We're not sure. But it's a really frightening place.
What about skinwalkers?
Skinwalkers you don't have here. Now, on the back end, up around the Payson area, there have been sightings of skinwalkers there. On the back end of the Superstitions, and here, it's a whole different species of creep show here. The skinwalkers have been noticed up there, but they also have seen Bigfoots in that part of the Superstitions as well. For one, there's vegetation. Skinwalkers, because it's a Navajo-driven curse. that this thing was conjured from, it resides around the Payson area, which is the boundary of the Four Corners area for the Navajo Nation. And that is where you see them a lot. That's where people still see them. Parks officials, people see the skinwalkers all the time. I mean, they're walking the way they walk. Even the ones that are transformed into human shape, they said there's things about these people, even when they're transformed back into human, that you can actually tell that they're not completely human. The way their legs are shaped. Yeah, but skinwalkers here are usually on the back end, but people have seen Bigfoot here on the back end of the Superstition. Quite a lot of sighting. They call it the Mogollon Monster. And that is up here on the Mogollon Rim, about the Payson area, which borders the Navajo Nation. And so that's where you see them at. In here, it's reptilians, little people, a lot of demonic things, and UFOs. Like I said, that has its own problems here. Yeah, like I said, this mountain
depends
here,
on what side of the mountain
you
you're
can
on.
spend months, years researching this mountain, and the more you do it, the more it pulls you in. Like I said, I came here, I mean, thinking it was fascinating, hearing the stories of stagecoach robberies, stories of Jacob Walls, all the other mining exploits, all the billions of gold that was found here. But like I said, it wasn't until I started talking to the Apaches, the Duncan family, and several of the Pimas that I've met that come here. Their stories really opened my eyes to a different part of the history of this mountain that most people don't ever get to know. They don't teach this in school, which is unfortunate. But some of the history here, it is very dark, and all the battles that took place in here, and all the death. I mean, they've had bizarre occurrences here. You know, like I said, once ago, I'll go back to the Pima. The Pima endured the epic biblical flood. They actually climbed this mountain to escape floodwaters. And what they experienced was so frightening because they described everything that's mentioned in the Bible. But one thing really struck out. They actually said that the rains kind of stopped for just a brief moment. And they said the clouds opened up like a zipper. Strong beams of light came down, burning some of these Pimas, almost like God not wanting them to escape the floodwaters. But what really kind of caught my attention, they said it also changed the DNA in their body, made their skin darker. They claimed that they were almost light-skinned like ourselves at one time until this flood happened, until they got burnt, which was really kind of bizarre. When they get up on the top of this mountain, escaping the floodwaters, they realize that they're not alone up here. There's other animals and other people. They're probably thinking maybe Apaches, but they're not. But there's other people. But also, there was also several giants up there with them, who were also up there to escape the floodwaters. And there was so much confusion going on there, with obviously the rain and everything. Everybody was just in panic mode. They're just escaping the floodwaters. Then all of a sudden, the rain stopped again. And what they described at this point was like a white chalky ash cloud coming down, started turning all these giants into stone right in front of their own eyes. Today we call them hoodoos. You climb up there, you look at these hoodoos. What's so creepy about them? They have human features in them, and they're completely natural. The one that really catches everyone's attention go up there is the one they call the mother in the burden basket. This is a giant female that was over 9 feet tall, one solid stone, but it's got a round basket. Like in the front, there's a face. It's not carved, it's perfectly natural. It's a woman's face with long hair with a burden basket. When you climb up on there and you look down into that rock that looks like a basket, it looks like the dome of a small child. Like this giant lady had her baby in there. They said there's a lot of stones. There's one up there where one of the stones looked like someone's in there like this, like bracing for what was coming. He's seen it happen, he was bracing. You see those type of features in those hoodoos up there. When you've had geologists from all over the planet go up there and study them, they're 100% natural. They're not carved features, but you can see human features in them. And it creeps people out, because one thing to hear this story, it sounds like something out of a creepy science fiction novel, until you actually get up there and you see the hoodoos for yourself and you see those human features in them. That's when everybody gets creepy. It turns it into an impossible story to a very plausible story, because if you follow the tenements of the Bible and what happened to Lot's wife, God turned her into a pillar of salt. So I figure if he can turn someone into a pillar of salt, he can definitely turn you into stone. So it's a very fascinating story. I mean, that's just a flood story, the Pima. So these stories literally go back thousands of years. And they get creepier as time goes on. I mean, there's just so many weird things that have happened in the interior of this mountain that, I mean, Stephen King could have had a field day in here. I mean, it is really a bizarre mountain, and it has a lot of really dark, creepy stories in here that really kind of get on your nerves after a while.
So I got two more questions.
Sure.
One, do you think there's stuff that happens in there that the government is covering up?
Oh, absolutely. I was on the phone with the gentleman here. I was talking to him about a guy named Travis Walton. He's an actual abductee. They made a movie based on him getting abducted up there in Potato Pep in the Snowflake area called Fire in the Sky with Dennis Quaid and what's that guy that played in the Rockford Files? James Garner? And James Garner. It came out in the early 90s. It was about his abduction case. He was up there with some friends up here outside of Scottsdale, and they were talking about a group of military were going in out Fish Creek Hill. People that live out there said that there was a UFO that crashed, and they've been back there. Then it's one thing to take out material, but they were actually taking also trucks of dirt. And from what they said, that they were cleaning up a crash site, even removing contaminated dirt. And it's not the only time that UFOs have been known either to land or crash in there. It's happened several times. And in both incidents, they flew Chinooks in there, large contingents of military, and they're flying out with stuff all the time. And if you look where we have the plane wreckage at, there's a memorial there dedicated also to the people in the aviation field. When you look at all but their plane that have crashed, most every one of them were military jets on training missions in there. And have got in bizarre ways that they crashed, and people died in every one of those cases and stuff. So yeah, there's been a lot of weird things going on here related to our government. Like I said, there's Marietta. I can't think of the first name. They're a gravel bit Martin. Marietta. They have a facility here in the Superstition Mountains, and it's highly protected. Now, keep it's a gravel company. But it's protected
gravel company
like it's
that's
a military
protected by
base.
the military.
They were doing some very bizarre stuff. People said they're building tunnels under here. There's been rumors even by the Apaches saying that there's an underground base or an underground alien base over here. And they've been saying it for a long time. And what goes on in the Bradshaws with them doing the same thing, they're boring tunnels, they're building bases. And that's because people said they've heard metal door open and close while they were up there filming some UAPs. They heard a door open, and they're out in the middle of the desert, up in the mountains, but they hear a metal door, so they think that there's some kind of opening there as well. So yeah, there's a lot here that gets covered up all the time. And when you see the military activity, we were up here with guys from MUFON, some other groups up here, and some famous parapsychologist named Dr. David Jensen. Bring him up here, we're getting buzzed by Blackhawks. They actually fly by real low, just a few hundred feet above us, and then they bank towards us. It's their way of letting us know we're watching you. Then they fly off. So we come up here the next week, guess what? We're visited by the same Black Hawk. They were watching us up here for a long time because we were posting videos, and then my friend gets his house raided by military police, and they come up there, really bizarre, because I was looking at the pictures. They had his home surrounded. They come in there, handcuff him and some girl. Why they went in there, took all of his hard drives, his cameras, every bit of, even his service revolver, and he's still active military. They took all that away, and when he got everything back, about 3 months later, everything was wiped clean. No data, no nothing. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff up here. Capturing the wrong kind of footage up here can get, if you're posting it. I even on my phone, I have videos that were actually pulled. I don't understand why Facebook said it went against their standard. It was a picture of a UFO flying. It had nothing in it other than that, and they took it down. So yeah, there's a lot goes on in this mountain. I mean, a whole lot. I mean, I always tell people, the people that I come here with, they've been doing this for years. They said Thursday nights are always the best night. So we come here on Thursday nights and never been disappointed once. We even got flashed with the light. We shined a laser at one, and they said that was you should never do that, because they responded in kind and shined a light back at us. My friend Rick had his hand burnt. He had a wristwatch on, and it burnt where his watch was at. I got severe headaches. One of the other girls was vomiting, violently throwing up all over here. They pointed something at us. Really affected all of us. My friend Dana, he was sick. The other guy, Pat. I mean, a lot of bizarre things happen here. Yeah. We pointed a laser at it, and someone goes, that's the way it poking the hornet's nest. And they responded in kind and flying it light back at us, but it affected us, got us either sick. In my case, I had migraine headaches for a few days. Couldn't shake them at all. This guy, Rick, and Pat, and this other girl who we're with, she also works for the Defense Department. So I can't mention her name right offhand. So we got a really good group of people that come up here, very credible people. And for that to happen right here, right where we've been coming up here, it kind of frightened some people off for a while. Because, you know, but we do have a standing policy, no more pointing lasers at them anymore.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to get that kind of response back from them. This place is wild. I'm sure you guys will have fun here.
So I guess my last question would be, what's your personal scariest experience you've had?
Mine, setting up here, and I was with the guy with AZ Paranormal, what we described as a Brillo man. There's something negative on this property next to us, and we think the only reason it hasn't really messed with too many people, we've had Native American, the Apache shamans came and blessed this area. We've had a church group come up here and bless this area. We've had spiritualists up here. A lot of people doing a lot of blessings.
Nice.
And stuff.
Good idea,
and I think for that reason, whatever's over here, because my friend Hayden had a picture of what he describes that looked like two humanoids in this property. And he thinks they came here to keep watches. But this Brillo man, that's the one that scared me the most, because I could not shake this thing. I had dreams and nightmares of this thing. And he was just a few feet from us. He stood about 7-8 foot tall. No facial features. You can see a glowing two eyes that had no defined face. That's why they call it a Brillo man. And they said this is a conjured up spirit by Native Americans. But I couldn't figure it out. Someone said someone said it could be Pima. It could be an ancient curse from one of the Apaches. But they think that these Brillo men are conjured. It's kind of like a skinwalker. You know, they said it's like opening a Pandora's box. Once you unleash the skinwalker, you can't put it back. I mean, I guess any native Navajo will tell you, once these things are conjured, there's no way of controlling them. You know, the reason they were conjured because the Paiutes were siding with Union soldiers over a land that the Pima and the Navajo were bickering. I mean, the Navajo and the Paiutes fought over for a long time. Is the area where Skinwalker Ranch is at, that whole region. And so what they did, they sided with the Union soldiers and got them on their side, forcing the Navajo to leave that land. And they felt that was the ultimate betrayal by the Paiutes. And plus the Paiutes were capturing Navajos and their women, turning them into slaves for the most part. So the Navajos, as a one final stab, what they did, they conjured up the Skinwalker and unleashed it. And to this day, this thing is everywhere. And now you got Navajos. A lot of people don't know Navajos practice witchcraft big time, and they're the ones that are conjuring up all these skinwalkers. They do have a policy where they can even kill them on a reservation, and there's been incidents where the reservation police wouldn't do nothing about it because they knew this person that got their head chopped off was a skinwalker or was a witch conjuring skinwalkers. So yeah, the story of the skinwalkers. They do have some reach out here, but just on the back end of the Superstition Mountains, around the Payson area. But there's always been sightings of Bigfoot up there as well, because there's all volcanic lava tubes under here that stretch for various miles. A lot of them think that's where the reptilians, little people, even giants probably roamed through at one time. They come up through these lava tubes. So I mean, they're everywhere.
But for you on the Brillo man, did you have any contact with him? Like, did he look or whatever?
This guy Rob is about 6'4". He's a huge dude. He was scared to no end. We both see it, and we're sitting there. We're frightened, and I turn around and goes, "What the hell?" And I turn, and all of a sudden it was gone. But then when they brought a second group up here, they had their paranormal group into like 4 groups. They bring another group, and they see it as well. And stuff, but he's just there for brief moments. It was weird because he's like this, and when he turned sideways, he disappeared. Like he popped in and out of like a dimensional type thing. Because they said it even looked like he vibrated when he turned, and then he's gone.
you think he's confined to that land that's
We think so, somewhere in here, because we had people. I've been walked in here at night with not by myself, back in here, and it does kind of creep you out. You get a weird feeling going in there. So, if you ever decide you want to walk through there,
just
go
there,
be mindful. It's really creepy. It's kind of creepy out here.
So you would not spend the night alone in the Superstitions?
Oh, not in here? Oh, hell no.
Oh,
no.
hell no.
No, I mean, you don't want to go there by yourself. I mean, even when you're with that, look, if you're not even feel comfortable and safe with the gun in your hand, you're not going to feel safe anywhere in there. I mean, there are some places in there that really scare the living crap out of even some of your most seasoned veterans that go in there. It's just a creepy place. You know, you've got elementals in there, and from what I hear from everybody, these things are as old as time itself.
Yep.
They're neither human, they're just
never
a
were
force
once
that
living,
they
they're
can
just
take on human
energy
form,
that's there.
but they're not human at
And
all,
always
and they have
finds a
extreme
way to take
power, and they
form
can
and let you
manipulate, they
know
can mess
it's
with your
there.
mind. We've heard some really bizarre stories related to them. They can even entice you to commit get you to take steps to go some direction, and you won't even realize till you're over the side. I mean, here's so many bizarre stories of this mountain. I mean, most of them all originate from the horse's mouth, the Pima, the Apache, the Hohokam. I mean, these are people that lived in here for thousands of years. And, you know, it's one thing to even listen to me, but when you're hearing it from the actual Apaches, that they have an oral history that is so rooted in this mountain that they can tell you everything from the beginning of time all the way to the present day without deviating. Their story is the same now as it was 1,500, 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And they believe it like you would if you were a religious person. You know, the follow the tenements of the Bible. They believe their oral history. It is what they know. They didn't tell these stories to sell books. They were just sharing their history. You know, the children when they were young, in a lot of cultures, even today, they would snatch some of the young males and take them away from their parents, and they would live with these shamans who would educate them about these oral history. And as they got older, then they would send them back to their communities. In exchange, they would spread their oral history. That way, because they had no written language, so they relied on their oral history to educate their people and their people's people. So that is where this all comes from. So I go, if you ever want to know the history of anything when it comes to places like this, I always try to reach out and talk to so many of the people that have connections. And for me, it was the Pima and the Apache. I mean, because their history here is so rich, but it's so dark as well. There's a lot of weird things that even frightened them to this day. With the Apaches, as fearful as mean they were scared to death of these little people. I mean, keep in mind, they said they lived in and around their encampment. They had some kind of weird arrangement with them, but the fact that these things even joined the Apaches in battle against the Navajo around the Payson area was kind of creepy. Especially, like I said, once you hear about how they ripped the flesh off that Navajo, almost scaring the Navajos into complete retreat, and they outnumbered the Apache 20-1. Now, the Navajo have the largest nation of Native Americans in the country. They're huge. But even fighting a smaller group of Apaches, after seeing these things ripping the flesh off one of their braves, it frightened them to no end. So they have a lot of respect for and a lot of fear of this mountain as well. Because we have Navajos, we sell a lot of their jewelry, a lot of their stuff. They come here and sell to our museum. I'll talk to them about anything, but one thing I can never talk to them about, and I had a bad experience, I asked him about the skinwalker. And I remember his wife looks at him, gets up and walks away from me, and I was going, did I say something wrong? Did I offend her? He looks at me and goes, Steve, you don't understand, we're not allowed to talk about that, not even a little bit. Bad things can happen to us. And I apologize. I go, I'll go apologize to your wife. And she goes, I think she understands, but just keep in mind, we're not allowed to talk about this. So I tried. They're probably one of the only Native American groups that I've met out here that I have to be very careful in how I speak to them, because what they believe is so real to them that they even talking about it, apparently even thinking about it, can cause them great harm. So, but the Apaches, oh, they're open. They'll tell you everything. There are certain things that they don't, but when it comes to these type of incidents, they're very open about it, and they believe in sharing that with people.
Technically,
you know, they used to tell people for years, even before the wars with the Apaches, about the encounters in here. People laughed at them. Prospectors, a bunch of crazy Indians just drinking fire water, talking all this crazy. Then he goes, we go, Steve, now you white people are seeing and experiencing this. Now it's a big thing. But before that, it was, oh, you stupid Indians don't know what you're talking about. You guys are just drunk or smoking something. But now everybody else is experiencing this. And so, you know, like I said, I hold a lot of respect for the Duncan family, Ken Duncan. They've been very helpful. They've really explained a lot to me about this mountain, the culture, and some of the inhabitants and the things that lived in here, which are, like I said, are really kind of creepy. Okay, right here is a cremation repository. I think we have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 26 different remains from different loved ones. And scattered throughout the grounds here as well, there's probably hundreds of piles of ashes that have been deposited here by hundreds of people over the years as well, which kind of adds to a lot of the paranormal stuff here. And so you want to go there and check out the plane wreckage? Sure. We got the Western Diamond back here. Now those are the ones that will bite you. The green Mojaves will kill you. They're like a pit viper. Yeah, but they're only found in the interior of the mountain. There's a standing policy when you're in there. You see a Mojave, kill it, because you're probably saving someone's life down the road. Because, be honest, you get bit by a Mojave, you got an hour not only to get to a hospital to get some help, or you're gonna die. It's that simple. You got maybe less even an hour. So if it took you an hour and a half hiking in there and you get bit,
you're dead. Out.
So that's why a lot of people said they kill them. You know where they're way up in this northern parts of Mexico and somewhere around the border areas of Arizona, but never out here. It's really kind of a mystery what they're even doing in the interior of this mountain, because they're nowhere else around here, but they're in here. How they just come across it and it's settled in this mountain, but nowhere else. They're really nasty snakes. They're pit vipers. They're very dangerous. But out here we have the Western Diamondback in this area, so I'm not really worried about them, though they can hurt you too. Now this is wreckage from a plane crash. A guy named Sean Perry and his two best friends, Russell and Joseph, along with his three little children, Morgan, Luke, and Logan. They were going home the night before Thanksgiving from this one airport over here in Mesa. They were flying out. He sets his plane on automatic pilot, sets his altimeter, what he thought was 6,500 feet, but apparently was only at 5,500. Has it on autopilot, and it wasn't until they realized what was going on that the plane was on a head-on course for the side of the mountain. Because some of the people that lived down in that mountain said the last second it looked like the plane tried to veer up, but by then it was too late. The plane hits the side of the mountain, crushing, just destroying everything, sending the children, everybody flying, all the plane over the top of the Flatiron, where it took the lives of the three children, their father Sean and his two best friends Russell and Joseph. There is a seat, part of a seat over here with the seat belt on it, and the person from the FAA, they had a possession of this stuff, and when she said she wanted a memorial dedicated to her children and she wanted to use some of the airplane wreckage, they said absolutely. It's when they get to this piece right here. Now keep in mind, every seat on that plane was taken. And the guy from the FAA goes, I can tell you who is assigned to that seat. And she goes, no. She didn't want to know. It was her fear, it was one of her children. And she goes, I know it's important, but I don't need to know who was seating there. And in fact, there's any paperwork even stating who was seating there. She asked them to please tear it up, and they did. But yeah, this place here gets a little activity and stuff, and it's from mostly the children, but you will get some communication from Sean, the father. We did, I think it was from a guy named Russell and stuff, so we do get communications here. And there's a memorial bench over there with the names of the children on it, and there's a little teddy bear that belongs to the girl Morgan is over there too. So yeah, this place has gotten women. Like I said, we've had a lot of people communicate up here, but for some reason they seem to communicate more with women. Not always. We've had guys up here too getting similar responses, but I think it's the female connection with the little children. You know, maybe the mother, maybe remind them of their mother or something. And when you guys are up here, you'll hear footsteps around here. Don't get too creeped out over it. I used to, and it used to creep me out. I'll hear people walking, but there's no one up here. I think it's just the spirits are here just checking you out.
Or the Brillo, man.
The Brillo. That's right over there. That really scared the hell out of me. I mean, I even had, I wouldn't say nightmares, but it was something I couldn't get out of my head for a while. I mean, because I could see it. He was that close, and he was like a big guy, but no facial features at all. You couldn't even see any defined features of a hand, but you knew there was something there. But it was really weird. It was almost like Brillo with two little beady red glowing eyes on him. And I even saw these two here. But one guy, this guy Dana Harper, said what it looked like on his camera, like humanoid. They were human, but not. They're kind of creepy. Stood about this tall. I go, could have been the kids, maybe because they got mangled in the plane wreck, but we're just not sure. It was really kind of weird, though.
Oh.
So this is a plane wreckage here.
What? I was in 2011. I was on FAA records. I'm the first plane crash of that year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You survived. That's always good.
I mean, that's crazy because this wreck happened in 2011 too.
Oh, that's weird.
So.
Yeah, you want to see this? Let me show you. There's actually an etching on this. Right here.
Oh yeah.
There's the mom. There's the little girl Morgan. There's Luke and there's Logan. There's their mother. She wasn't on the plane. The father was on the plane, and this was a picture. Someone put it there on part of this plane. It's really cool. She's a sweetheart. That's Morgan. She's 9 years old. The mother comes here for all 3 of her birthdays. That's another thing too. We had one medium said that children are drawn here because of the mother. She's here for all 3 of their birthdays. She spins up here, releases balloons. She'll sit up here and cry at times. It's kind of hard to stay up here with her, and I can understand. It's just I was up here one time. I was just because I wanted to comfort her, just be here and give her right back down. And next thing you know, I'm up here crying with her. So after that point, I just said, you know what? I just drop her or any guests she has up here, leave them up here. You know, it's their time, so I stay away from them.
And importantly on viewers, Steve.
Yeah.
For the viewers, she's okay with people like us.
Oh, absolutely. I've actually shared some of the findings and recordings with her, and she was all great with it.
I was going to say, is she aware
that
that
from her, wanting to know what kind of equipment we used? How did you do this? So I loaned her my spirit box, my EMF device, my digital recorders, but then her and her new husband, because she finally remarried. She married in our chapel here. That's a couple years ago. They went out and bought a lot of equipment, so she too comes up here to communicate with their own children, and apparently they open up to her the point where every time she leaves, she's always in tears, but she's happy because she knows that they're safe on the other side. And I think that's any parent. What's going on with my children? You hope they're in heaven.
They're safe. At least
that whole concept about heaven, I really have a lot of mixed feelings about that.
Help protect
you know, I mean, you have children that are innocent, but yet they're not in heaven. They're still here. A lot of people tell me it's like, I think death is kind of like you go into a place called purgatory. It's neither heaven nor hell. It's just a place where you're waiting to be judged. And that can be whatever time that is. So I think that's why you got a combination of good spirits, bad spirits, innocent people, innocent children, but yet they're still on our plane, but in a different dimension. So it's really something else. Well, this right here is a memorial. I say when I talked about weird cover-ups and weird things happening, if you look at this, look at all these are all military planes crashed. Every one of them, except for the one down in here. And that was a search and rescue. But these were all, a lot of them were military, training plane, Air Force, Navy, crashing in there. What the hell were they doing in there? And then when you got what we're finding out, what everyone is claiming, even at people at GoPhil said it looked like a meteor, but the meteor kind of stopped and then took a turn and then crashed. So that tells you it wasn't a meteor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then they said that's when the military activity really grew. They even shut off the Peralta Trail, where people couldn't go to the trailhead to even go in the interior. They had first water blocked off. They were using rock slide, whatever story. They were trying to keep people out. In the meantime, they had military vehicles going in behind Fish Creek and removing something out of there. So
it's peculiar. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to start investigating, man.
Cool.
His camera's already
story
dead.
of what's
Look at this.
really weird.
This is that memorial bench. It's got the names of the children. When you speak to them, call them out by their name. They're here. This is their bitch. This is Morgan. She's 9 years old. You got Logan. He was more of a big brother to her, even though he was the youngest, because like I said, she was autistic and she used to get teased a lot by some of her school kids. So he was more of a big brother to her, but she is such a talkative girl now. So is he. He's still, you hear a lot of laughter coming from the three of them. Like they have fun. I think they enjoy us up here, I think, because you always hear their laughter a lot. Well, I hope you guys have fun.
As he looks out in the distance, you
All
just
right,
get that
everybody,
sense he's
so-
seen some things.
1 million subs! Woo!
Looking for that 1K, folks. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and don't forget to spread the love, and also don't forget to subscribe yourselves
this
if
is
you
our
have not
1
yet.
million
And thank you
subscriber
in advance.
video. Holy shit, everybody. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, from all of our hearts, everyone's gonna get to say their piece, but oh my God, starting this channel back when I was in high school investigating my haunted school, looking back at the last almost 10 years of my life now, traveling across the world to some of the most haunted places on the planet,
Been a heck
meeting
of a
so
road
many
for you, ain't it?
amazing people
Been doing
along
that
the
for 10
way,
years. I've been
growing
at
this
this 10 years
amazing
for 10 years
spooky
too.
family.
I've never suspected
we
I'd
wouldn't
be
be standing here right now
sitting
if it
here
weren't for
glowy-eyed
everybody
and
online
talking to you all
who has
over
made
the
this
video
entire
like this.
journey possible and worth it. But
Are you all worth
we
it?
knew
Thank you.
for the 1 million subscriber video, we would have to come here to the Superstition Mountains, because if you remember, 2019, I'm gonna set the scene. I posted that video with Corey, interviewing him at the Superstition Mountains. That video had a bunch of mistakes in it. I just uploaded it thinking, you know, it's only an interview. I don't know how well it will do. I expected it to just, you know, get no views. And it got almost 5 million now at this point. And the sad part was we never actually ghost hunted in that video. That night when we filmed that video, we actually went with Corey over to the Goldfield mine, which is near the Superstitions, but we never stepped foot in the Superstitions. We never did any paranormal investigating in the actual mountains. So that's why we come back here to Arizona. We got the whole family here tonight. We're actually doing the Superstitions. And it's just like, this is something we've talked about doing for years, and it's fucking weird to actually be here doing it with 1 million subscribers, y'all. It's crazy. But this is a 2-part investigation. This is our first night here. We just got that amazing historical interview right here behind us. Then tomorrow night, we are going to be going actually into the Superstitions to investigate. So this right here is a notorious property already with, you know, the ashes, hundreds of people's bodies all throughout this property. Sightings of the Brillo Man right here, aliens, UFOs, all sorts of bizarre paranormal events. And this is a very accessible area, but it's a very different type of investigation. So we're really getting 2 for 1 in this video. But I know everybody here is really freaked out to actually go into the Superstitions, but all right, guys. Tonight for the 1 million view video, we have... Woo! 1 million subscribers.
We did it. We did it.
Look at this, everybody.
You guys did it.
Think about it, guys. I mean, humble beginnings with Mary and Jeff in our haunted house. We could explore this whole concept. We did in an episode. And then, obviously, you guys being there with me through high school. Jeff and I, our old series, Mary, when we did like the school in North Dakota in 2018.
Gettysburg,
Romania,
2016, Romania
Greece,
in 2017.
Costa Rica.
Like, we have so many stories to share. And then, along the way, comes this little guy.
Yeah.
And already...
From a fan to this being my life now.
It's
I
just
mean,
crazy. And just in the 2 years, how much we've done together.
Honestly, it's crazy. It doesn't even feel like 2 years. Time's gone by so
honestly,
fast.
yeah.
I mean, this has been some of the best times in my life. So
having Collin around
I'm
actually was a game
grateful that I
changer
get
for
to be
me,
here
because
for the
I
ride
think
and
he also
take you
brought a
guys
little
along
extra
with
to it
us. So-
And
that Colin was
all 3
kind
of
of
us,
missing
too,
on.
or all 4 of us, the videos we've filmed have been
And
incredible.
I think it's actually been a boom
this
to the
is
channel.
what, our third trip?
Yeah, we got a little.
Yeah.
Because we did. We did 4.
Well, we did Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Like I said, it flies by fast, so we just forget.
Just zips on
So,
by.
I'm gonna start with Mom. What do you want to say for the 1,000,000 subs special?
I'm just so proud of you. And when you said you were going to do YouTube, we were like, I don't know about that. And you've done it. And we're so just happy and thankful for everybody that watches and supports you. So love you all. Love you, Colin. Love you all.
Jeff and Connor.
Yeah, with chopped liver.
By the way, I'm sure Mama Malice isn't sure what to think about all this, but she's at least happy that something's progressing.
It was
here.
actually.
Oh, that's cute, Mom.
Speaking of.
Thank you.
Yes,
You're very
love
sweet.
you.
Papa Spooks.
Papa Spooks.
Come on, man.
Man alive.
1,000,000
1,000,000
subs. We've been doing
subs.
this for a long
Holy
time, haven't we?
shiteskis. My God. Let me think.
We did an Arizona trip in
I was
2019.
I was with you
so long
at
ago.
the high school, I was with you at the high school.
Yeah.
So but yeah, we've been to, we were on the top of mountains in Greece. We were at a sanitarium in Costa Rica, up on a hill. What was in Ireland? What was that place? A month in Romania, all over the U.S. It's hard to believe every experience that we did together as a father-son, especially it was just special for me. You guys are just the supporting people behind all of this actually make Colin's dream come true. And I too thought about when you dropped out of film school, I kind of wondered what's this YouTube thing? I didn't really quite understand.
Why are you wasting my money?
Yeah, what's
I'm hearing about this.
And I'm like, okay, well, I guess being the great parents we are, no, really, we're just we had some doubts. We were kind of like, what the hell? But
Oh my God.
He almost made it through, but he wants to
Matthew McConaughey, he was going to have the following year.
He moved all the way to
I wanted to meet him. But no, it's been quite a ride. All the people, all the places, hard work, just amazing actually. So I'm proud of you as your mom is, and it's been a great ride and continues on with the man here. We're all together, man.
What do you got to say? 1,000,000 subs.
We cannot thank you guys enough. You guys make all the 6 o'clock in the morning. We're at an abandoned building, freezing our ass off. We're terrified. You guys make it worth it. Everybody who donates, everybody who subscribes, likes the videos. You guys are the reason that we do this. And if y'all weren't there, we wouldn't be able to live the life that we live. And we cannot thank you enough. This is definitely some of the coolest stuff you can do. And we're here because of you guys, and so 1,000,000 subscribers. I remember watching the first video and thinking this pipsqueak's a little weird. I don't know if I want to watch these videos, and then start watching them a little bit more. I'm like, maybe you just need some help. And now I'm here. Yeah.
I get it now.
I get 1,000,000 because Connor.
Yeah, come on.
But at the end of the day, we get to do this with great company.
Exactly.
I get to spend time with my family. You all are family, blood, and legal.
Yeah.
Legal blood?
And
yeah, we've
legal.
also mixed blood before.
You're a blood brother.
On a Ouija board.
blood brother.
Because of you guys.
Yeah.
And again, I want to more clearly preface, not watching solely because Connor joined in, but I want to say that Colin had a good, strong foundation going. But I think Connor here, I believe he does actually have a history in religious side of things. And I think he helped bring an extra little tidbit that was missing to this channel. And that's helped quite a bit. And I think that in and of itself might have even, I don't know, I can't speak for Colin for himself. If you're watching, let me know. But I think even Connor may have had at least a little bit of a rub off on you when you went through your rehab and stuff too. I would assume at least a little bit, just a little. So I think he's a good egg that has genuinely helped out in a few ways here and there. It's just that you had a really solid foundation, and he helped kind of add that little, bit icing on the cake, if you will. But Anyways, continuing on.
Yeah.
For you guys.
They forced us to all mix our blood together.
Yeah. That weird blood pact that they got us to do with that cult in California.
Right.
Who the hell are you talking about? I want to be part of that.
Yeah, is this when they ask us to join the Illuminati?
Or have
Who
they
says
already?
we're not?
Jeff, do a little triangle with your hands.
Is that how you do it?
That's not quite a triangle.
No, you had it before, kind of.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, well, guys, here we go. Let's get a superstitions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Superstitions! There was superstition written on the wall.
Come on.
There was superstition. Oh. Maybe this superstition writings on the wall, they're talking about like the hieroglyphs in there.
Oh. Stevie Wonder
Food for
can
thought.
see
Yeah.
more than we think.
He was actually an alien.
Deep thoughts with
All
the
due
deep
respect.
here.
Oh no.
13-month-old babies. Woo.
Okay.
When Papa Smoots cringes at you, my dude. Goodness.
There's coyotes right here that we just heard.
Well, let's don't call him over.
Oh, there we go. Now you started it. Holy smokes, look at this to them all.
Go find them. Isn't this Brillo man right here?
Yep.
Well,
Coyotes in the area.
Plenty of them.
So we're up here at the top of this Superstitions Museum area. There's like a wedding or something going across the street. I think they're gonna be done at 10. So if you hear like a little bit of music in the background, it's like whatever that is over there. Are you staying?
yes, we are.
But I want you guys to check this out. So right now we are attempting something I don't know if anybody's ever done on YouTube before. We have 4 spirit talkers running right now. We also have this this Ovilus type device, the spirit chat.
Oh, over there. EMF.
Yep, there's an EMF candle over there. We also have this device, which is like an Ovilus. And we have a bunch of REM pods set up. So if something happens around here, we're gonna catch it on camera.
Got a motion detector lights over here.
Too loud. It says too loud.
Agreed.
I got something like Brillo pad.
What the hell?
You okay?
That like a bug.
I'm a protector.
Ooh.
I'm a protector.
I know, yeah.
I mean, that could be all kinds
That's
of
one of the stories we've heard about the area, yeah.
It really could. All right.
Could explain a bunch of different ones.
I still visit my family.
Oh.
The girl.
Yeah.
There we go, yeah.
All right. So we've got a lot of answers coming through right now. We're going to introduce ourselves, everybody. My name is Colin.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Connor.
My name is Mary.
We're coming here tonight with only respect, and we would like to talk to anybody or anything that is up here. The creepy Brillo man that people have seen, spirits of giants, little people, Megan, your family, the people who passed in that horrible plane crash, indigenous spirits, wild western spirits, stagecoach drivers, murder victims, people who are literally buried right here. So I'm gonna just start off and ask, can you just give us, say out loud, a clue about who or what you are? What did it say?
Many lives were lost.
Many lives were lost. Plane crash.
This said cleaner too. Were you like a cleaner before you died? Like, what do you mean? Were you a maid?
Help us.
Help us. So, how about...
They're still good here.
They're still good here. So if you see any of these lights around here, you can also touch those if your answer is yes to one of the questions. Can you try touch one of the lights if there's more than one spirit here? Mourning. Like mourning a loss.
Well, again, like the mother coming up here.
Kidnapped.
Where's my body?
Where is my body? Tunnel.
Oh, tunnels.
Ooh. In the
He was
mountains.
talking about all the tunnels. Did he say like 2,000 miles of tunnel?
Yeah. Were you doorman?
Could be the little people, the lizard.
Hmm.
The tunnels.
Well, he said the lava tunnels, they were used by the giants.
Right.
Lizard people,
Indeed.
tiny people.
Helper.
What kind of tunnels are you talking about?
Shall I make noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please make a noise. We'd love to hear you. Dude, I'm gonna
I
have...
was punished.
I'm gonna party.
I was punished, arm, ground. Studied. So we're... Village. So, while we're doing this, we're gonna have Jeff run the FLIR camera. See if you can pick anything up. That's a thermal sensing camera.
Mm-hmm.
You can really see it.
Honestly, you guys have had a lot of luck with that thing.
Are you...
Like every other time you
an
pull it out, you
indigenous
seem to
spirit?
catch something.
We like your equipment.
Right when it
Right
said
before
that,
it says that.
Oh.
Or after it says that.
You're in Arizona.
Yeah, right now we are on top of a hill. I don't really know how to describe this to you where we are. But the Superstition Mountains you can see are over there. Question. Ask your question. Is it true you have a question? Whoa! I'm only 5.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Little were they?
6.
Yeah, very close.
God protects this place.
Again, the multiple people that have come here and
Morgan
blessed the
was
area.
very, very active, talking.
Are we speaking to one of the people who died in the plane crash? That EMF candle keeps going on.
Ethel.
So this is Ethel we're speaking to.
Yes.
Ron.
What was the name of the husband?
Just wait.
Ernest.
Picking anything up?
Well, I'm trying to see when that goes off, anything shows up.
Keep the camera on.
Okay, we will. Are you gonna show up for me on here? You can come towards us.
Team.
Come towards our team.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe how you died?
How old are you?
It's weird how quiet they got.
Yeah, I've noticed it too. It kind of got real still. And actually, my room got really chilly. I think the air kicked in.
Why are you upset? Are you upset that we're out here right now? Are you trying to protect the land?
Many. Nelly. Kevin.
A lot of spirits.
I mean, you said there's 50.
Right here. Can you show up on here for me right here?
That's my voice. Higher.
Are you afraid?
No, we're not afraid. Are you trying to scare us?
It's kind of cold on your hands up here. I want to call out to the Brillo man, to the indigenous spirits that are in this area.
Many died here.
Many died here again.
I'm saying many, and
I have no regrets.
I have no regrets.
Maybe we're talking to one of the indigenous people that
Nanny.
killing people. Settlers. Gold miners.
Emma.
We want to talk to indigenous folks.
Brown hair. Assault.
Brown hair.
Assault brown hair. You're gonna assault one of these guys right here?
Or indigenous people usually have brown hair.
True.
If you want to show yourself to us, you can come touch one of us. Show us that you're here with us.
Come over from the Superstition Mountains. We're right here. Come across the valley right here.
I do have brown hair. If that's what you're talking about. You're gonna assault me?
My body was taken.
So this is somebody whose body disappeared because they asked before, "Where's my body?" My body was.
Right.
Oh shit! True. Because they would
where's
just
my
find,
body?
dude.
Where's
They
the rest of
told
the
the
body?
story
Yeah,
of
it's
the
just the
guy whose
heads.
only his head was
A lot of
found.
them.
Yeah.
You know, that was like smoke. I mean, that was like the thing in the story was that it was just his like mummified head that they found.
Right.
Maybe this is somebody who went missing, looking for the gold mine.
Army. I was sick.
Army, I was sick. So, in a museum.
Oh, we're at the museum.
We're at the museum. Stay a while.
Stay a while in the museum.
And then I was in the army.
Listen.
Maybe there's stuff in the museum and something like that.
Yeah.
Or they're here during the Apache War.
True, true. So it sounds like we're starting to get some intelligent conversation. Can you just confirm, though, that you... I hate to ask this, but...
What's that box?
With any of these boxes, you can just use your voice and speak to us, or go touch any of them and they'll pop up. But was your head cut off?
The loft. 19. David.
Getting some
Was
interesting
your name
responses.
David and you're
of
19 years
info.
old?
It's them.
It's them.
Who's them?
It said them earlier. Who's them?
So, are we talking to somebody that they found your head, but not the rest of your body? Oh my gosh, that is
Look at, dude, look
crazy.
at the static over there, Connor. I can't pick that up.
The static and the candle.
This one, too. So, you were decapitated.
My name is Charles.
My name is Charles.
I have to stop the video here for a second so that I can point this out to you guys. So when I did a cursory search of all the people who died in the superstitions after filming this video, consequentially, I came across a number of people named Charles. For example, 1892, the last known death caused by an Apache attack in the superstitions, a man named Charles Doby was killed. Then, 1952, Joseph Kelly, a native of Ohio, went into the Superstition Mountains and vanished. Two California youths, Ross Blay and Charles Harshbarger, also disappeared in the superstitions that year. I can assume from this that Charles Harshbarger was never found. Then, 1955, Charles Massey, hunting in the superstitions with the .22 rimfire, was found dead or murdered, having been shot between the eyes with a heavy caliber bullet. The coroner ruled the death accidental, a result of a ricochet. Then in 1973, a man named Charles Lewing shot Ladislas Guerrero in self-defense at the Robert Crazy Jake Jacobs campsite. Then in 1961, a family picnicking near the edge of the mountain discovered the body of Hilmer Charles Bowen buried beneath the sand. Bowen was a Utah prospector who had been shot in the back. Also in 2010, one of the last major things that happened in the superstitions was when 3 men looking for the Lost Dutchman gold mine disappeared, and their skeletal remains were later found, with bizarre and extreme injuries. One of those 3 men was a 62-year-old man named Ardeen Charles. So as you can see, there are a lot of people named Charles who either died or disappeared in the superstitions area,
So it's on the
and what the
list one way
spirit's
or
about to
another.
tell us next will blow your mind.
Look below.
Something just seriously touched my leg.
Really?
Really?
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
Ash.
Right here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That
but it
is
felt like someone came up and like
Oh wow.
flicked my leg.
Weird. Maybe it's one of the little kids.
Didn't he say somebody had an experience where their leg got touched here?
I don't know.
I swear to
Yeah,
God,
I
in the
think
interview,
so.
he said something like that.
Did you just touch my leg? What did it say?
Marauder.
I enjoy the
company.
Gosh,
So you're glad we're here?
Oh, look, someone just walked up over there. You see that?
Yeah.
The green?
Yep.
Are you over there? Oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, 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 oh!
Okay, yeah. That's a lot of stuff going off in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, it came over.
Green. And then boom, boom, boom.
Mock.
I heard someone talking.
Mock.
Me
I did
too.
too.
I did too.
I did too. I thought it was
did too,
another,
but I
like,
thought it was the
party
party.
sound, like
Yeah.
people. Is that not people?
There's no one over there.
No, that's just the.
I mean,
Oh,
oh,
oh.
literally there were voices like people right from over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Dude, look at it. It like walked over here. Wait, and it says right then, watch out for evil.
I've been here.
Whoa!
I've been here 200 years.
I've been here 1,000 years. I've been here 200 years. Settlement.
There's different settlements all around here.
Dude, so there's two entities here. One's been here 100 years, 200 years. One's been here 1,000 years. So what that screams out is there's an entity here that's been here 200 years. There's an entity that's been here for 1,000 years. They have something to do with the settlement.
Violate.
Maybe. And there seems to be a victim of someone who got his head cut off and he's looking for his body. So if you're one of the things that's been here for 1,000 years or 200 years, can you tell us what you are?
I've been here for 100 years.
Oh
my God.
Jeez, wow, okay.
That's
Dude,
weird.
I've been here 1,000, I've been here 200, I've been here 400. We're talking to ancient entities right now.
And think of all the stories that he told about the way back entity.
Oh, there it goes again. There goes that one. Oh!
Wow, they are just going wild over there, and it's always like one at a time. Like it keeps brushing by them.
It's like they've surrounded. Are you with us right now? I was conjured.
I was conjured.
Yeah. Dude, that's the Brillo Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is like skinwalkers.
And that's the area we're hearing the voices from right here, where Brillo Man was seen. Right, literally right
just
here.
think of all the entities from Superstitions.
Yeah.
A lot of them are conjured.
Yeah.
Up here. Spirit.
Up here, Spirit.
Look at I protect this place.
Second time
This is like so
Spirit, I protect this
relevant
place,
to
which
the
is literally the Brillo Man. He was saying that the Brillo Man's watching over this part because they've been having people bless it and it doesn't like that.
True.
And it's been keeping it out, and it wants to get closer.
So Brillo Man, can you come out and show yourself to us?
Hear me.
Okay.
Make a noise.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Didn't you hear the voice?
Oh yeah.
Look, just that one. Just the green right there. Dude, it's like it just stepped out. Oh.
He shouts.
He shouts! Oh! Look at that! Oh! And this one, it's like coming from both sides.
Dang, yeah, they're all over the place.
And he shouts. What did you guys just hear? Didn't you sound like a man yelling?
If this was somebody,
yeah, like
if this was somebody trying to fake those things to activate, there's no way they could keep just one thing at a time, and literally pinpoint it so quickly. That's a little bit tricky unless you're very experienced. So, very interesting stuff.
Group 2 or 3 or 4, yeah, right, exactly. Right from over where Brill Man was seen.
Please wait and listen. We're listening right now.
Little girl around you.
Oh shit. Little girl around you. Is it Morgan? Morgan, are you around us?
You've helped me.
Okay.
Sit and talk. Hear us whisper.
Sit and talk, hear us whisper?
Oh.
I'm a mom. Do you want me to play with you or to hold your hand?
I'm playing games.
Games.
Oh. What games?
That just lit up.
Oh, the light over there. Sebastian. Oh.
That got quite the reaction.
Oracle too.
Oh, that's a good word. You know, ancient.
That's a good word.
But, I mean, we really haven't had any activity of all these devices. Now they've started to go off after we've been here for like, what, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, this clip's 30 minutes.
It's kind of like they're just starting to come out and let us know they're here.
Start poking around a little closer, yeah.
I think there's somebody over there.
Dark entity here.
Dark entity here.
Over in this area.
Hello?
Please get out.
People are scared of us.
People are
It's the
scared of
Brillo
us.
Man.
Dude, please get out. People are scared of us. So,
I want my life back.
I want my life back. So, if you protect this place, we've heard.
Sorry. Oh my God. I thought something was right next to me. I saw...
So, if you protect this place, they call you Brillo Man. It's saying people are scared of you. You've said you're 1,000 years old, or 400, 200. Why do you want us to leave? Or why are you so angry? Are you protecting this area like you said? Wicked.
I'm a protector.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, are we talking to Brillo Man?
Yes. Brillo Man. Where are you right now?
Don't rush off. Gregory. Abraham.
Gregory Abraham? Don't rush off.
Look.
The candle?
You just asked where it was.
Oh, true.
I was so scared.
Amputated.
Rat torture.
Rat torture?
Okay.
What the hell is rat torture?
That's an interesting phrase, yeah.
I mean,
That's
couldn't
like a medieval one.
Couldn't amputated be like even like a beheading?
Yeah.
Amputating?
Kinda.
I mean, amputated. Remember that lady over here said she kept seeing that guy with out the lower half of his body.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Or amputating someone's head.
Yeah, exactly. Are you threatening us when you say amputated? Like you're saying you've done that to other people?
Oh, the light over there again is yes. Or no. 2 blinks.
I cannot see.
I cannot.
They buried me over there.
They buried me over there.
There we are.
4.
4. Hey, how many?
There's a
how many were killed in the plane crash?
gravestones over there. Remember you said the people who used to own this land were buried on.
Wait a second, guys. Though 4 is the father, right? Or there's more than that.
3.
Well, wasn't there the father and the 3
Well,
kids?
I think there was 5 total.
5 total. Okay.
No, it was the father. It was 6. The father, his 2 friends, and then the 3 kids.
Okay.
Burn.
Why are you here?
Remember, his friend got burned right over here with the watch.
Right. Exactly.
Why are we here? We just want to talk to you specifically.
I'm kind of wanting to take a look up at the sky, make sure there's no aliens watching us.
You know what I think we should do?
Forest.
Go get warm.
Lights out.
I think we should do lights out, but
Macy.
I feel like we should split up into 2 groups and walk a little bit, cover a little more ground.
Okay.
Maybe I can go with you, Mom. You
Sure.
2 could go together.
Cheers. Am I dead?
You are. Yes.
You are.
Indeed, do.
We're gonna walk a little bit. Where should we go next? Protector spirit. Is it
man scares me.
The man scares me.
Oh, the Brillo.
Which man scares you? This guy? This guy?
We're doing the
I think you're
revival
Brillo.
wheeler all over
Yeah.
again.
My throat.
So the
You're
man
happy.
scares the one spirit. So it's maybe that there's children here. So maybe Mary and Jeff, you guys could investigate this the plane crash, because you seem connected to it, and we could go look.
Ejected.
We could go look for Brillo Man.
How do we do it without
Corey,
light?
are you aware I'm here?
Are you aware of me?
Yes, we
A
are.
lot of them talking. Yes, they're aware.
We have like 4 lights over there.
Okay. Well, I think we better.
All right, everybody. So right now we are gonna split up since there's so much territory to cover here on this property. Connor and I are gonna go look for the Brillo Man, which is the violent protector spirit that they believe was conjured to protect this area that we've been in contact with. And Mary and Jeff, Mama, Papa Spooks, these two are going to stay here with the airplane wreckage and see if they can communicate with one of the victims of that terrifying tragic crash that, just a reminder, happened in the Superstition Mountains. So all of this is linked.
Oh yeah. All this happened right in this area.
I'm ready.
We're ready. Let's go do this.
More or less.
Very cold out tonight.
Should I grab the
Jeff
trail
is
cam?
rocking
That's
his
an interesting thing I hear
jacket
about this,
of
is
mine.
that they somehow get super cold overnight.
What are you doing?
Right.
showing off the fit.
Yes, sir.
G59, baby.
Bell bottom.
What?
Bell bottom.
Bell bottom.
Bell bottoms fit me the best. Bell bottom shirts. Never mind.
Can you touch me to let me know that you're here?
Can you let us know that you're at least here somewhere? Like anywhere around? We're just here to communicate with you. And just, could you let us know you're here? Oh, look at this.
Something here.
Whoa. Look at this thing going crazy. Who are you? Who's here? Who just did that? Can you tell me through this device here? Right here? Oh, they said something. Oh, Sarah.
Oh.
Look at that.
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Tell us why you're here. Try to use this device on here to let... What the hell again? Look at that, Mary. Thank you. What? Can you make that stop? Sarah? Please? This thing. These aren't going off.
The EMF candle on the...
Look at that. Sarah, can you please make this stop? Where?
On the golf course going
Oh
on.
yeah, over there too. There's a light, EMF light over there. Sarah, can you please step away from this?
Can you tell
What
us
the
how
heck?
old you are?
I don't... Okay, Sarah, if this is you, thank you, but I'm going to help you turn this off. I'm going to turn this off. Oh, thank you. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on again.
You will hear children.
Oh, Mary. Mary, look at this.
That's weird.
Look at that. You will hear children. You know, this is who we're talking to, is the children here. So, Sarah, are you a child? What the hell, again? Okay, Sarah, so are there other children here? I'm hearing something to my right. Do you hear that? What is that? I'm actually getting a little creeped out now.
I know.
Can you make one of these go off? I know you're here, so thank you. Once again, I'm going to turn this off.
We could walk over by the bench.
Fine.
Fine.
Okay,
We could go find the toy.
what should we find? I'm going to take the spirit talker. Okay, we're going to come and find... Oh, the light went off over there on the thing again. On the The candle. Here, let's look at these names here. It sounds like you guys do hang out here. Steve was telling us earlier. Can you tell us one of your names on this device? Just let us know that you're here. We're friendly. We're just here to pay our respects. I'm gonna set.
I'm very
friendly. I'm not very friendly. Well, thank you. So are we. So can one of you that are here tell us your name so we know it's you? Use this same device because we're friendly too.
Walk further.
Tell.
There's more again.
What the? Something's moving here. What is that? Okay. So we're gonna do a DR60. It's really cold out here, but
Can you tell us your names?
Sounds like a coyote.
how many of you are on the plane
really
that
picked up, too.
crashed?
Do you like it when people come and sit on your bench?
Are you happy staying here in this area?
Whose teddy bear is this that's sitting here?
How many children were in the plane that crashed?
Is there anyone else here that maybe wasn't in the plane crash?
Are you happy or sad that you're here?
Do you ever see any animals out here? Can you give me the name of something that you see?
How many of you were on the plane that crashed?
Can't say for sure either.
When people come and sit on your bench? Are you happy staying here in this area? Teddy bear just sitting here.
Listen, go fast.
Don't stay at something.
How many children were in the plane that crashed?
No, that's fine. No, it's fine.
What the heck?
Is there anyone else here that maybe wasn't in the plane crash? Are you happy or sad that you're here? Do you ever see any animals out here? Can you give me the name of something that you see?
It's hard to tell, but it's kind of like, you know, didn't you hear?
Yeah, I'm
Just like,
Like there's just a little bit of something there, but it's
yeah,
really
it's
hard to hear.
I'm
We'll have to
like
do it
super cold.
get back to that.
Yeah, I think let's do it when we go back. Let's go back over to the area.
Quiet up here now.
It's like, oh my gosh. Jeez. Oh,
As soon as you get back in the area, holy cow.
Right when we came back.
Yeah.
Look at this one. This one's going.
Jeff, I think we should try a
What?
couple more DR60 questions here.
Really? Okay, you want to do it here?
Yeah, because this area
Okay.
just seemed a little more active.
Can you make that go off again for us there? Oh, jeez. Look at.
I think it's...
Okay. This one went off. Okay, here. Let's do it. Can you tell me your name? Who just set these lights off for us here?
Be very curious to hear the reply.
Can you tell me what these pieces are laying here on the ground? What are they from?
Are you happy being here? Do you enjoy being here?
Why don't you want to move on?
Can you give us one of your names, please? One of your names that perished in the plane crash.
Who do you miss the most?
Here we go. Let's listen.
Can you tell me your name? Who just set these lights off for us here? Can you tell me what these pieces are laying here on the ground? What are they from? Are you happy being here? Do you enjoy being here? Why don't you want to move on? Can you give us one of your...
It just quit.
Huh?
I think we gotta
Before
be
you can
inside.
ask about the names.
My batteries. Oh Jesus! What was it?
Oh no, it was my phone just fell down.
Okay. I thought I heard something move. What?
Did you hear something?
Yeah, wait a second. What's going on?
Over here.
Here, wait a second.
You know what? It almost felt or sounded like footsteps.
It did.
You know,
It
when you
did.
said that.
Just a second. I want to get a flashlight. Are you guys out here?
Can you throw a rock at us?
Oh, Mary.
Huh?
You hear that over here?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know what that was.
It's like. Shh, let's listen.
It was almost like a thud.
Weird. I think it sounded like almost like to me like a rock.
Yeah, like a rock thud.
Did you throw a rock over towards us? I'm so cold. Mary, there's something over here.
Are you from the Superstition Mountains?
Just visiting.
Somebody from one of the tribes from ancient times? What the hell was that?
What was it? What?
It
I
was
heard
like
something.
a little rock just came down.
I heard something. Right here?
Yes.
Did you see that flash? I heard something though. Did you see it? Did you throw a rock over here? I think there's something that's has thrown a rock at us, like a couple times. Yeah. I thought I saw a little something like this, maybe.
Like a little rock.
It looked like. I'm not sure who you are. Can you throw another rock over here? Even a small one? I thought there was light. Yeah, that's Oh, did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, that's another rock. It's another rock that moved here. I'm gonna run out of battery, man. Why are you throwing rocks at us?
Because you asked for it.
Because you asked us. What do you guys want?
These guys up here are coming down.
Goofy goober.
Okay, my battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna have to like sign off here.
What you got for snakes too?
Well, they were heading back, so this is a rewind to when they started up.
You'll hear them rattle before they...
To the Brillo Man, or to any entities that are up here, if you're a protector spirit, we would love to speak with you and figure out how you got here and who you're protecting. Or what. My name's Colin.
My name's Connor.
Is there anybody up here with us? Who are you? Or what are you? What do people call you? Do they call you...
That's coming out. They're clearly...
Do they call you Brillo Man?
Funny. Oh, I get a weird feeling back here behind me.
Where are you right now?
Go further. You hear that?
Recording.
This right here basically is just taking...
Diabetic. Sound like that.
This thing is taking EMF spikes and fluctuations and giving syllables. So it's not generating random words. Alright. Well, we'll go a little further then. Whoa. Does that say don't move on yours?
Uh-huh. They'll eat you?
Are you gonna eat us? Eaten again, I heard.
Should we go on further?
Alright, we're gonna go a little further. Who's up here with us?
I'm so confused.
You and me both, sister. Oh. Fifth eye.
Behind you. Sounded like it said.
Who's behind us? Who's behind? Is there somebody following us right now?
Underground
forts. What the heck?
Don't move. Vengeful.
Vengeful and fatal.
Do you protect this place?
Getting some
Are you
wild
the
stuff out of that
protectors?
thing.
Everything you something.
Please move back.
Please move back.
Remember how he was saying that, like, the Brillo Man only stays on this property, and he's like the protector of this property, and he doesn't like that they've been blessing theirs, and we came from theirs, so he's like, go back. Like, should we go further? No, don't move.
Literally, don't move.
It's like it does not want us over here.
Are you angry that... Are you angry that we came over to this land?
Get out.
That's some clear not
Are we
happy.
not welcome over here on this property?
I'd say so.
Get out.
We just want to figure out where you came from. Were you conjured in some sort of a ritual? Did they do something to create you?
A sacrifice.
Don't move. Leave.
Do you want us to
He
leave?
doesn't want them there.
Hello? Or get dragged out?
We're gonna figure out what it says later.
This is freaky.
Yeah.
Times 10. Oh, rock. I heard times 10. It's freaky. Times 10.
Bro, I ain't kidding. What the was that?
Let us rest.
What was that sound like?
Like something getting thrown at us.
It sounded like something threw something at us or something. Oh, dude, I feel...
Dude, like, I don't feel welcome here at all.
Bro. I just got the crazy. It's cold out, but I just got like chills because I feel like I just felt somebody like fucking walk right up to us.
I feel you here.
Dude, I feel like there's somebody right here, bro. Oh my god, do you feel that actually?
Yes.
Oh my, dude, all my hair is on end for the first time.
Me too.
They're still good here.
Can't see it that well.
Who just walked up here?
Scary.
I know, I'm a little creeped out.
Something about direct
I was
descent.
executed.
Oh. Without it.
It's fucking creepy up there. Haunt's old mine?
No.
Haunt's old mine.
What that?
What?
I'm really still freaked out about whatever that was earlier.
Oh, it's like a rock being tossed over here. Are you saying that this thing haunts an old mine, or it protects an old mine?
Like, what are the chances of that?
I don't know.
So many people talk shit about these apps, but what are the chances?
I don't know. Very slim. You protect places?
There's a shapeshifter.
Oh, there you have it. There you
There's a
have
shapeshifter.
And the shapeshifters in the American lore come in many names.
Male evil.
Obviously, the Skin Boy is the more popular
So there's a
one,
shape-shifting male evil, aka a Brillo man. Both of our devices
Brillo
completely
Man,
separate phones.
I think it might be the new one
Man,
here for this
again.
one.
Man.
That was as you were
And
saying Brillo Man, too.
the Walkers.
Oh yeah, Brillo man, dude. It's in the name.
Did you just hear a whistle?
So you just confirmed you are the Brillo man?
It's freaky because he was saying that it's got like glowing eyes. What?
Oh, I don't know if I just saw. I could have sworn to fucking God I saw a shadow move over there, bro.
There's more of us.
6. There's more.
Oh my god, dude.
I swear, I just saw. I looked like a fucking person over there, dude. I'm gonna turn my exposure up so you can see.
Alright, I don't know if you just caught what we caught on camera, if you saw that, but I have to stop the footage for a moment. I can't remember the last time we caught something like this on camera, but check this out. Right when I up the exposure on the camera so we can see better in the dark, I noticed this weird black flash in that kind of clearing in the brush.
I thought I saw something weird too, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
In, and I can't explain this. It's like a complete dark patch that just is there for a split second and then disappears. That's even the slow-mo. So trying to debunk this, I took a screenshot, I imported it into my Photoshop app, I tried to play with the exposure settings, but I noticed something really bizarre. When I up the exposure, it reveals almost a very tall figure, completely black shadow figure. I even zoomed in closer on it to try the same thing. And just check that out. I mean, it's incredibly bizarre with that pixelation. It looks like it's a 7 to 8 foot tall shadow figure, which is very creepy. But obviously, I'm like, there's no way that we caught something like that on camera. So I went to the next frame in the video, took a screenshot trying to debunk this again. I did the same thing, and there was no shadow figure. There was no tall, you know, black looking figure.
Interesting.
No
Very
pixelation.
interesting.
And this is just incredibly bizarre and extremely hard to explain. I mean, we haven't claimed to have captured something like this, I don't think, in years. But I just noticed that flash, and I mean, it's incredibly spooky once I slowed it down and upped the exposure. So what do you think this was? Let me know in the comment section.
This thing's going crazy. Listen for footsteps. I did bad things. Run.
Run?
Yes.
Oh, no.
All right. Brillo Man and your 5 other friends were listening for footsteps.
Lunch.
Can you try to tell us, how did you come into this world? Is it something that we just won't ever understand? Or did someone do some sort of a ritual? How did that happen? Can you tell us?
Obviously.
Obviously what? Was it a ritual?
This is freaky as shit.
Oh no, it's fucking eerie out here. Was it a ritual that birthed you? Created you?
Conjured you?
8 spirits.
There's more spirits coming over here. How did these 8 spirits come to be? Was it a ritual?
The second time you got buzzed
Robinson.
by
A ritual with an arm?
You don't hear that owl?
Uh-uh.
You heard a hoot hoot? The fact that only one of you heard the hoot hoot is a little weird.
Hello?
Dude, I have really bad ringing in my ears. It's quiet up here, dude.
I heard that too.
Mirror.
Are you over there? Where I'm pointing this light?
Dude, my ears like ringing non-stop.
Why'd you stop talking to us? Where are you?
Front of me.
Find me. Where are you? I just asked. Find me.
Accidentally.
Accidentally?
One light. 8.
One light. 8. And it said 8 spirits. Guess we could turn one light off. One light on.
Alright, we'll give you one light.
We only got one light now. I'm not hearing an owl. Where are you hearing it from? Alright, we only got one light now. What did that do? Are you gonna show yourself to us?
Charles.
I have full body chills right now.
Oh, did you fucking hear that, bro?
Yeah.
Did you fucking hear that? Yo! Mail! Mail! What the fuck, bro? Oh, there it is again. Wait, oh shit. Oh, no. Hold on.
Please tell me you repeat it. I want to hear it. If you got it, I want to hear it.
Look left, dude. Look left. Look left. Hello? What was that, an animal or what? Alright, let's be brave. Let's be brave. It's showing itself. Okay, we're looking left. Dude, what the f? It sounded like something like fucking like scurrying or some shit. What'd you hear? Like that? Yeah. Bro, and look left, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know. I heard it from over here, and then we start running, and then it's like,
I swear to God,
left.
I heard it from over here, dude. And then it was like here. And then it said look left.
Shield.
Oh my God, dude.
Alright, we're looking left. Oh my God. That almost gave me a heart attack, dude.
Too many.
Too many. Well, one of us ain't leaving. No.
I'll leave.
No.
Mary.
Hello.
Mary?
Jonathan.
Oh.
Mary and Jonathan? Isn't Jonathan one of the victims of the plane crash? Fuck it, this is way too creepy, man.
Alright, we said we were gonna split up. We did.
So let's go back and...
I just heard something.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, wait.
Bro, actually,
This.
it sounds almost...
Like it's running around, like back
Yes,
and forth.
I'm not gonna claim that... Obviously, I'm not gonna say 100% that's a Brillo man chasing us around. Could be an animal.
Most likely.
Most likely. But I will say, I don't see... I haven't seen any animals around here. And it's so weird, that last one, it sounded almost like to me, like a voice that was like...
That's what I thought.
like moving right by us.
Let's go.
Figure.
Figure.
That.
Oh, I don't know if I'm tripping out or what. I think I'm just scared. Oh my God, I almost twisted my ankle.
I've been here 500 years. Forbidden.
Forbidden! I've been here 500 years, forbidden? Like we're not supposed to be here?
Moving
Did a
on.
good job of
Land.
scaring us.
Moving on. We've heard the message. Ta-ta. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
I'm Colin.
I'm Connor.
And I'm assuming you're Brillo, man. Alone. Left.
Dude, no.
Dude, go left alone, bro. Look at that.
Oh, what?
There's something else right now.
Right arm.
Right arm. Dude, again with the arm.
Leave us.
Leave us.
Oh my God.
Look,
Look at it, said go left alone. Like I'm gonna walk right over here. Be careful. What do you mean?
We hate you.
We hate you.
I don't think you should walk left alone.
Leave us alone. Go left. Human. Human, leave us. We hate you. Alright. I don't want to get bitten by... I don't want to get bitten by a rattlesnake. But I'm here alone on the left. You gonna do something?
I just said come.
Scratch.
Hell no, dude.
You hear a dog all of a sudden? I'm here alone on the left.
My throat.
Ooh.
Huh.
I just heard something this way.
I heard that too. Well, I kind of went like 5 feet to the left alone. Dude, look at. Mine said certain, uncertain.
Certainly uncertain on
What are
what
the
the
odds?
certainty is.
Go south.
Go south. Look at where we're going.
Why do you keep telling us to go different?
Dude, what the fuck?
Get back, man.
Oh, dude, I feel like something's right behind us.
I know, I don't like it.
Nightmare.
Nightmare. Oh, dude, I feel like there's something right behind us,
I know,
man.
but I'm trying to walk.
No fucking doubt. Trapped. Ooh, I feel like there's something right behind us.
Something through.
Wait, what? No.
Like 3 times.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, little rocks.
Little teeny rocks.
Rock at us too.
No.
Yes, I swear to
Way up
God.
there?
Way
I
up
heard you
there.
guys like screaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Little, like
From
little
over,
rocks.
from over this way. And then we could hear some shuffling over there as well.
That's exactly.
That's crazy.
Seriously?
No, that's actually
Some more
wild.
of the same stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we had
Technically
ours
something
sounded
similar.
like a bigger rock,
A bigger.
and then like almost like
Yeah,
a shuffling.
We had like shuffling or walking through the bush, kind of like steps, like on the gravel. But we had three tiny little rocks.
That was really creepy.
That's really creepy that actually happened to both
Very
of us.
interesting.
Well, that's what
now.
you guys were like talking about. I could hear you.
But little
saying
rocks.
Yeah.
something.
Little.
Well, they said maybe bigger.
Ours was a little bit bigger,
Oh.
right?
Ours were
Oh
little.
my God.
You could hear them, but they were landing like right by our feet over here.
And you heard
Crazy.
shuffling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard
Yeah,
footsteps.
that's what I told you.
Yeah.
Frequencies.
Yeah, and it kept telling us to leave. We
Really?
hate you. Leave.
Leave, human. We hate you.
Oh my God.
Can you see me? And it said go left alone.
Oh.
That's wild. So did you guys get any information, or was it just that?
We did the
DR60.
DR60. It was just
It's hard to hear, but we could. I don't know.
It sounded
We
like.
could
Yeah.
play it in the inside.
Yeah.
Accident.
Oh.
We got. It's a really good one.
Wow, dude, that's fucking crazy that we had the
Very
same
interesting
experience.
reactions
Yeah.
for sure up in there.
Well,
Very boisterous ones. at
okay,
that.
guys, to finish this out, we're all really cold right now. We're gonna go into one of these huts that are on property and do an Estes method session. So, before we go, Brillo Man, any of the victims of the plane crash, anybody whose ashes are around here, if you can feel us and you can see us, follow us to where we're going next and we can talk. That's crazy. That's really wild. All right.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers and
Alrighty,
hello
good
to the
luck to
rest of our
anyone who
beautiful,
entered into
wonderful,
it,
spooky
and,
family.
good luck
As you
to
know,
you,
every single week here on the channel, we give away a free
congratulations to the
gift back.
winners
Today's
for the
video,
gift
I'm going to
bag.
give 6. Comment. You can comment multiple for listening to my little spiel. I love you guys so much, and stay spooky.
Last
So we're
15
in
minutes.
one of these huts that are here on the property. It's really cold and it's windy tonight, so we decided to come
air
in
just
here.
kicked in my hair
But
again,
we're
too.
just a stone's throw away from where we just were
She's really
talking
nice.
to the Brillo man, the people at the site where the rocks were being thrown at us. These two are going to ask questions, and I'm going to go under on the Estes. So,
Gonna get me a.
what more can you say?
Pepper? Yes. Just
Not
restocked,
much,
by the way,
really.
too. And they had a nice sale, like roughly $5 a pack.
Someone just touched me?
No.
Wait, no, seriously.
No.
No, come on.
No, we didn't. No.
No,
Stop.
stopped you. You were sitting there freaking out.
You do
No,
already
really, though.
feel like somebody touched you?
Yes, somebody grabbed my arm, dude. I'm not kidding either. I'm literally not kidding. It literally, you actually aren't kidding?
No.
Dude, it felt like someone just grabbed my arm like that.
Let's
Wait,
move it.
you were filming that?
Yeah.
Yo, that's
You'll see it.
scary, dude. Wait. Sorry, I'll get going. I swear to God, it's felt like a full on. Anyways.
Okay.
Oh, I just heard. I'm not kidding. Feed me babies. Like a robotic, like, feed me babies. Blood.
We're not gonna feed you babies.
Yeah, who are you?
Who's singing?
What's your name?
I don't know. Oh. The bat.
Have we been talking to a human spirit tonight?
I swear to God, I just heard Brillo. No. I swear to God, I heard Brillo. No. Run.
You don't want us here?
Sorry, that was my.
It's
device.
comical.
Are you gonna?
Me.
Are you gonna follow us to the Superstition?
I'm getting into Colin.
Should
No,
we go to
thanks.
the Superstition Mountains?
Knock on wood.
Should we be?
Be with him when you.
There's an awful lot of sentences for something that's going less than a second.
Members of a cult.
Do you not want us here?
I feel so happy.
So you do like it that we're here?
No.
Okay.
Do you live in the Superstition Mountains?
Daddy. Mommy. Oh my God. Get out. Like that, a robot. It's like a robotic. Get out. Or feed me babies. Like that.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man.
What would be robotic?
Big man.
So what
UFOs?
do we have to be afraid of?
The power of the dark.
Are you like an alien?
He waits. I don't know what the hell you asked.
Where is he waiting?
He requests you. Mama.
What do you?
Are you happy?
What do you want to do with us?
Beelzebub.
Weird because I feel like there's like something that wants us to go in,
Listen to me.
and then there's something that's like, no,
Right.
leave.
Don't go.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Literally.
Definitely.
Don't go. It's a robotic, like, I can't describe it.
Angry
Are you
looking
trying-
sounding
Okay,
little
that's
thing.
great.
Are you trying to hide something in the mountain? That's why you don't want us there?
The night. Or the knife. Get it? Protect yourself. Not kidding. This one, it's crazy.
Why are you?
Hey!
Why are you singing so much? Do you like to sing? Is it a chant?
Babies.
What is the deal with babies?
Probably babies.
Then goes
Bad
out my
night to go.
baby.
Alien.
Kobolds ate the baby.
You must go.
So
it's not too good. Dude, there's so many voices here.
Do you think we should go into the Superstition Mountains?
You may have heart failure. Emphatically no. Listen to me.
So it's going to be bad if we go in there.
Oh, kids get I'm not kidding.
Oh, yee.
Memorize the verse.
Maybe it's all the stuff. Like they say aliens,
Murder.
other bad entities.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting like the weird chill, man, up my body actually.
So if we go,
It's horrifying.
something's gonna try to murder us.
Yeah. Like that.
That's creepy.
That's fairly creepy.
Terrible
Yeah.
idea. 0%. Allah.
If we do go, how can we protect ourselves?
You're a bitch.
Do you not like?
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say you don't like us. Why do you not like us?
There's something. There's something waiting. Age 18.
So why are people going missing there?
They're silenced.
Ooh.
I am blood.
Are they silenced because they found something?
There's a bigger one. I don't know what you asked, but there's a bigger one.
Are you talking about the giant?
It hurt me. And I'm tough. Kingdom come.
Okay.
It's freeing to speak.
So what do we have to look out for?
Dude, that same voice. The ones that walk.
Skinwalkers?
Kind of sounds like it's me.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah.
There's a dark spot.
So they're all there.
The eclipse.
Ooh.
It's tomorrow.
Ooh.
Don't march up there.
We're not going to tomorrow.
Quit this.
So who's gonna hurt?
You'll go missing.
Oh my gosh.
Who's gonna?
Oh, I got f***ing chills, man. Roll call in heaven.
Oh god.
Sounds like.
Land of the damned. Dude, what the hell, man? Oh, I got goosebumps up and down my body. I don't know if you guys are feeling that.
Are you talking about the portals, maybe?
Did I ask you a question?
Oh god.
Shut up!
Gee. Has it ever been this
Something bad is coming.
So I'm taking it like you don't want us to go into the Superstition Mountains.
No.
I don't want to help.
Kind of makes
Don't make me shout you.
Damn, they're
The
close.
coyotes are getting big and vicious.
They
again.
will come.
That's creepy.
That's
Estes.
creepy.
Are you bringing?
It's a warning.
Oh.
Listen.
Oh wow, they are going wild.
We're listening.
So many.
They are very.
Go step towards.
Are we safe here?
They're down waiting.
Oh.
This is cruel.
I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
They'll turn. Oh my. They'll turn you to a kebab.
Getting
Colin.
a kebab. They're gonna turn us
Colin.
into kebab.
You gotta get him out of it.
What?
There's a pack of. We
got a bunch of
There's a
pack
here.
of coyotes.
Right when you said there was a warning.
They started. They're
getting
like
close.
right out there. And you said it's a warning.
Yeah.
He said, "Listen." This is
You
your
said,
warning.
"Listen." There's a warning, and they had all. Listen. Would they be like quiet if they're kind of getting close?
I mean, it sounded like they're maybe like 30 yards away.
And a lot of them.
But dude, now they're silent. That's kind of creepy.
And they were over here, and now they're over here.
Do you have a?
That's kind of
I don't
wild.
have anything like mace or.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
I think we
really
need to
crazy.
Yeah, I think we
It's
should
creepy.
take a ride.
Really?
Yes.
'Cause I was getting so many voices,
Everything
dude.
you were saying
got
is
it.
so
I know.
creepy.
It was crazy, dude.
Listen,
They're getting close.
They are.
We need to go.
I think you said it's a warning. Listen.
Wait.
They were over here, and
Yeah.
now they're over
No,
here.
they're behind us.
Don't they sound like they're over here?
What the hell?
They're right over there.
They're right here. They moved from here, I think, to here, like that quickly.
Should we go?
Okay, should we go? Here's the paralight down there.
Dude, that was fucking probably creepiest assist I've ever done. Because there was a voice that was like, "I'll eat babies."
Yeah.
And it was like,
And then the robotic stuff sounded like
That's
maybe
what I
an
mean.
alien concept. maybe.
like I'm sad we had to cut that off. There was so much.
It was a good amount.
Honestly, that was quite a bit already.
It was like 12 minutes.
I don't want them to just fucking all start
Crazy
up on the
voices
cart.
and wild timing.
At the end of our first night spent investigating the Superstition Mountains, we walked away confused and honestly a little bit frightened. Throughout the investigation that evening, we'd talked to a number of different entities, with the most powerful being what seems like a protector spirit or spirits. This thing obviously didn't want us on its land. It told us that it's been around for hundreds of years. We might have even captured its figure on video, and it wasn't very welcoming. But what stuck with us was that Estes method session. There was something inhuman that was trying to warn us about visiting the mountains. But I'm not talking something demonic. This inhuman energy felt and spoke like something I've never encountered before. It really did feel like something ancient, something powerful, and something frankly very frightening. We walked away that night even more on edge for the next night than we were before. But we had no idea how much freakier our investigation was about to get when we visited the Superstition Mountains in the middle of the night on the day of the last solar eclipse. So right now it's 9 o'clock, and for the very first time ever, we're heading towards the interior of the Superstition Mountains. Right there is actually the ridge of the mountain. It's kind of crazy.
Searching for skinwalkers or little people, giants. It's so creepy.
I don't think it's a great idea, to be honest with you.
God, please be with us right now as we walk through the darkness of the Superstition Mountains.
How weird are these buildings, dude? What the was that? Right in there. That was so loud, dude.
It's a skinwalker.
Fighting over there.
So this is going to be the next video. We'll get to this one
Don't
tomorrow.
forget, y'all, you can get 55% off your first month at Scentbird today by
Scentbird
using
for
my
those
code to
interested.
Good Smell in Heaven.
Alrighty. Pause on their merch stuff. I'd like to also once again remind you all that this shirt is here for one more week, even though I am a little bit lower on funds than I would like to be right now because I'm paying off a whole bunch of debts all at once here, and also trying to afford gas and food and trying to finish furnishing my new smaller abode with more shelves to actually help lighten the load of having stuff sit around. I'd like to mention that we're still doing all right. I'm not going to be hugely lower than I wanted to be. I'm still going to be bouncing back above to where I want to be with the next paycheck in a couple days here. But still trying to not spend too badly here and trying to afford the additions that I needed to purchase for this room. Mostly, the new closet needs some more shelving. I might be getting bit by bit of that over the next couple weeks. But again, this shirt will be available for 1 more week. I already have the plans in mind for the next shirt. But get it while supplies last, and I'm going to be buying mine here in the next couple days or so to get that thing put away for sure, and then have the new update happen here. And I'll also try some new shirt formats. Honestly, I like the current heavy shirt, regular heavy shirt, but maybe that's just a me thing. I'll try maybe the next one to try the light one that Aaron has suggested in our other live streams. But that's it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You are the ones getting me that much closer to 2K. Or not 2K. You'll get me that much closer to 1K. If I hit that little benchmarker, we're less than 200 away from hitting that marker. So please do keep following, subscribing, and do consider this an invitation to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing, and doing all the wonderful things that help out the channel, because you guys are the ones that have helped this channel take off in a big way, and thank you all very much for that. Also, since we're watching one of your videos, thank you again, Colin, for visiting. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got back from the mountain all right, but we'll find out in tomorrow's video. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back with some Twin Paranormal from yesterday. So stay tuned, and I will see you all then. Pleasant dreams.